What's up, everybody? How you all doing? Yeah, we're doing things a little bit differently today. We got off to a little bit of a late start, so I apologize about that. But that's all right. I'm surprised that it took us this long to get off to a late start. I forgot that I set the I set the stream for 7:15. I didn't set it for 6:55, so it is what it is. But we're here, we're in action, and we're just about ready to get things going. All right, so the Phillies, their magic number is down to 6. 6. Oh, man, that's so exciting. So they need a win tonight to cut it down to 5, and if the Diamondbacks do lose, then they cut it down to 4. So that would be very, very nice for sure. All right, I didn't even write down my starting lineups yet. What the heck am I doing? But I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic Thursday night. Yes, sir. So the Phillies are taking on the New York Mets. The Phillies are 83-69. They're wearing the powder blue uniforms. That's how you know it's a Thursday. It's 71 degrees, 44% humidity as well. And they're just about ready to get things underway. Ranger Suarez will be facing David Peterson out on the bump tonight. It should be an interesting rubber match for sure. Peterson, we'll get to his stats in a little bit. But Suarez is 3-6 with a 3.8 ERA, a 1.4 whip, and he's gone 113.2 innings. He has 109 strikeouts and 115 hits allowed. Only 12 homers for him on the season allowed as well. Last outing, he went 6 innings, allowed 1 earned run, 4 hits, had 4 walks allowed, and had 5 strikeouts. Also pitched pretty well against the Marlins in the outing before that, so that's a very good sign for Ranger, who's been doing pretty good in the month of September, besides the first start when he went 4 innings against the Brewers, and he allowed 2 earned runs. So you're really going to need a good bat from him, or a really good start from him on the mound tonight. And we'll talk about the Mets lineup. Here we go. So it'll be Brandon Nimmo leading things off, then Ronnie Mauricio batting second, Pete Alonso batting third at first base. Mauricio's over at second. Nimmo's in center field. And Francisco Lindor will be the shortstop batting in the cleanup spot. Mark Vientos, the designated hitter. He'll be batting fifth. Jeff McNeil playing out in right field. He's batting sixth. Francisco Alvarez behind the plate hitting seventh. And Brett Beatty over at third base. He'll be hitting eighth. And Tim LaCastro, the left fielder, the 31-year-old, he'll be batting ninth. So Ranger, opponents are hitting .264 against him. And as I mentioned before, he's allowed 12 homers this season. So I think that they're going to hopefully get a good start out of him. You know, you really have to try to seal the deal in this home series. So you kind of want to go into next week and not really have to play too many games. And, you know, just end the homestand for sure in the W column and clinch that number 1 wild card spot. So, again, Nimmo will be leading things off. Nimmo is batting .272 with 24 homers, 63 RBI, and 3 stolen bases. Mets are currently 71-81. They're actually 32-45 on the road. And so far, the Mets actually lead the season series. So that's an interesting stat for sure as well. Last time these two teams faced was in June. It was from the 23rd to the 25th. And we are just underway. And Ranger Suarez throws the first pitch down low for a ball. So we're going to be looking up a little bit more towards this side tonight. I do apologize about that, because I get it on the TV, but we don't get NBC Sports tonight. The 1-0 pitch, that's in there for a strike. So if I'm looking up this way, and then I look back down to you guys, that's why. So 1-1 is the count, and the pitch. Fly ball. It's hit out to center field. Rojas gets under it, and he will make the catch. The easy catch for out number 1. What is up, Robert? How you doing, my guy? Thanks for coming on here. I appreciate it. I really do. So Ronnie Mauricio will be batting next. He's coming up to the plate. One away in the top of the first. 3 pitches in that first at-bat. Mauricio hits this one out to left field. That's going back towards the track, and just having enough room is Christian Pache, who will make the catch. Mauricio, one of the guys that I got to see him play for the Brooklyn Cyclones. Very strong hitter. Also very good on the defensive side of the diamond as well. Here comes the polar bear himself, Pete Alonso, batting in the 3 spot. Alonso hitting .222 on the season, which is really low for him. And he takes the first pitch downstairs for a ball. What's up, Larry? Thanks for coming on, as always. There's Buck Showalter, the manager of the New York Mets. Not so happy with how his team has been performing this season. The 1-0 on the way from Ranger just misses up high for ball 2. So I didn't put this down below, and I eventually will, as Alonso is actually 0 for 10 lifetime against Ranger Suarez with 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs in the top of the first. The pitch on the inside corner for a called strike. So I will put this down below probably after about the next inning or so, but I do want to get your thoughts on how you thought the last 2 streams went with the collaboration. The 2-1 pitch, fly ball, hit out to right field. Castellanos gets under it, and he will make the easy catch for out number 3. So 1, 2, 3 go the Mets, and we go to the bottom of the first. The Phillies are coming up to bat as they are tied up and scoreless. Okay. What's up, Phillies fans? Alonso's .222 is really hold. Kyle Schwarber, hold my beer. Yeah, man. All right, so let's make sure that we have this right. Again, sorry about the late start. Forgot that we set the stream to 7:15, but that's all right, I guess. I usually like to be early and then go on for 5 minutes, but we're adjusting on the fly, guys. The collaboration went pretty well. I think the Phillies just needed to score more runs. Yeah. I'm with you on that. Finally get to watch Phillies on TV. Yes, sir, says Tim. But you're also on here, too, which means a lot as well. What is up, Houston to Dave? What's up, Tim? What's up, Larry? What is up, Robert? Jacqueline with a Q. Thank you all so much for being here. Oh, yes. So we got to do the Phillies lineup. Forgot about that. So Kyle Schwarber will be batting in the leadoff spot. Trey Turner's hitting second. Alec Boehm is hitting third. He's over at third. Harper is the first baseman. JT Realmuto batting fifth behind the plate. Nick Castellanos out in right field. Bryson Stott is over at second base. And then it'll be Johan Rojas in center and Christian Pache out in left field. So Brandon Marsh has the night off. So Schwarber's the DH once again as we go over the lineup again for the Phillies. It's Schwarber, Turner, Boehm, Harper, Realmuto, Castellanos, Stott, Rojas, and Pache. And on the mound for the Mets, it'll be David Peterson, who is 28 years old from Denver, Colorado. He's 3-8 on the season with a 5.22 ERA, 113 Ks, and a 1.59 whip as well. He has not faced the Phillies this season. Phillies coming into today, the opening odds, as far as the money line goes for this game, is at -165. First pitch to Schwarber. He lays off a fastball that's just a little bit up high. So Peterson, a guy that doesn't really throw too high with the speed when it comes to the fastball, as it reaches 92 on that one, just a little bit up high for ball 2. So Schwarber leading things off. Got to change the color of this. There we go. And the pitch just misses for ball 3. You know, something else I'm not used to with this is because my TV is ahead, I don't have to, the ESPN app is behind. The 3-0 pitch, that's inside for ball 4. Looked like it was on the inside corner, but a leadoff walk to start things off in the bottom of the first. I predict that Alonso will opt in for free agency when he's eligible. Opt out for free agency or opt in? All right, Trey Turner due up, and he takes a fastball right down Broad Street, taken all the way for a called strike. He has 97 runs on the season, which is actually 10th in the National League. His average up to 262. The 0-1 on the way. Just takes a slider at 86, barely inside. So he was looking at a sinker first. On deck is Bohm. Schwarber's over at first. We're in the bottom of the first. The 1-1 offering just a bit down low for ball 2. So Turner, ever since August 3rd, is hitting .351 with 16 homers. And through August 3rd, he was batting .235 with 10 homers. The 2-1 pitch spoils that one, fouled. Just goes out of play. I mean, no matter how you dissect the stats, even though that the Phillies expected him to be a top player on this team, it is pretty impressive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Peterson still on the bump. The 5th pitch of the at-bat coming up, and it's inside for ball 3. They say that the Phillies' win probability, according to ESPN Analytics, is at 72%. I've never seen that before. But that's because I usually have the game on my monitor, and I'm not looking up at the TV. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Peterson comes set, winds up, delivers the pitch. It's dribbled, fouled. Just over towards the first base side. As far as the Mets defense goes, we'll start off in the outfield. So we have LaCastro playing out in left field. Nimmo's in center, and McNeil's in right. So that is 7, 8, and 9. The 3-2 pitch to Trey. Check swing. Did he go? No, says the first base umpire. I thought maybe he did, but Turner and Schwarber will walk. As Schwarber will head on over to second base. So then in the infield, you have Beatty over at third, Lindor at short, Ronnie Mauricio, that is, over at second base, and Alonso at first. And behind the plate, it'll be Francisco Alvarez. And on the bump, it's David Peterson. So 2 walks allowed by Peterson. Here comes Bohm, and he takes the first pitch. It's a slider at 93 for a strike. Bohm batting .279 through 137 games this season. He has 17 homers and 92 RBI. The Phillies, if you really think about it, Bohm, Schwarber, and Castellanos should all get 100 RBI. The 0-1, that's popped up over towards the first base side, and Alonso's under it. He'll make the catch. Schwarber thought about tagging up and going to third because it was hit out to shallow right field, but he'll stay over at second. So after 2 walks, Bohm is retired, and there's 1 away. Biffer, what's going on, man? What is up? What's going on, man? I love your crush. Thanks for coming on. 1 away in the bottom of the first, and Bryce Harper is coming up. Phillies in their powder blue uniforms as they are back home for their final homestand. 7 games. The first pitch in this at-bat, it's low and outside for a ball. Harper has 2 homers in his last 3 games. Has 19 on the season with a .287 average and 66 RBI. 1 gone in the bottom of the first. Phillies looking to score right here off the jump. And the pitch to Harper. Bouncer that's fouled over towards the first base side. Jen! What's up, Jen? Thanks for coming on, Jen. Hello. So Schwarber's at second, Turner's at first. Oh, by the way, Turner still has not been caught stealing this season. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bryce Harper. Peterson comes set. I think time was called really quickly by Bryce. 15 pitches in this inning so far for David Peterson. Ranger only had 8 in the first. 1 ball, 1 strike. Peterson looks back at second, now back to the plate. The pitch, swing and a miss. 94 inside. And the count is now 1-2. So the Mets were able to sweep the Phillies in the first series. That was in New York from May 30th to June 1st. And then the Phillies came home and they took 2 of 3. The 1-2 pitch, fly ball hit out to right field. That's going to drop in for a hit. Schwarber will stay over at third. Thought about going home. It was a good throw by McNeil in right field, though, and that's going to load the bases. That pitch was sailing down towards the dirt, and I don't know. It was sort of like a shovel swing, if you will, from Bryce Harper. Just good extension, was able to get the edge of the bat on top of it and hit it out to right field. And that's the first hit, believe it or not, for the Phillies. Still 1 out, and here comes JT Realmuto, who just continues to struggle at home. Had an off day, though, in the last game. And the first pitch, he swings and misses at that. With the bases loaded, he's hitting .241 lifetime and 133 at-bats, has 4 career grand slams. The ball is 1 strike. Peterson comes set, and the pitch. Ground ball foul, and the count is 0-2. In this situation, you have to try to at least hit the ball out towards the outfield. A deep fly ball would be definitely really nice. You want to set the tone early on. Phillies are 83-69. At home, they're 43-31. The 0-2 on the way, swing and a miss, and JT strikes out and shakes his head as he goes back towards the dugout. Could not catch up to the fastball at 94 miles per hour. So here comes Nick Castellanos. Last time he was up in the last game, he struck out with the bases loaded. However, he had 2 big home runs and also a game-saving play in that 9th inning on a 9-2 double play to send the game to extra innings. The first pitch, that's up high for a ball. Phillies have to go 7-3 to get to 90 wins. They do. Schwarber's at third, Turner's at second, and Harper's at first. The 1-0 to Castellanos, swing and a miss. That was an 81-mile-per-hour curveball. It's funny how on ESPN they say that it was 80. It's wild. Guess I don't know. Can't know which one to trust. Nick is hitting .272 on the season. The count is 1-1. And the pitch, that's fouled off. He has 99 RBI and 27 homers as well. In the last series against Atlanta, he ended up going 3 for 11 with 4 runs scored, 3 homers. All 3 of his hits were homers. He had 4 RBI as well. He has 5 homers and 14 RBI over his last 12 games. The 1-2 delivery downstairs for ball 2. So NBC Sports Philly has the night off, and we'll also have tomorrow night off too, because the game's on Apple TV. The 2-2 on the way, inside and high for ball 3. Harper was dancing off at first base, and Francisco Alvarez almost gunned him out. Oh boy. That pitch was inside and high, and Harper Was just able to get back towards the base. I don't know what he was doing way off the bag like that. The payoff pitch. Swinging a line drive back up the middle for a base hit. Schwarber will score. Turner right on his heels. He'll come in to score 2. It's a 2-0 ball game on a 2-run single by Nick Castellanos, and the Phillies are on top in the bottom of the first inning. This pitch was outside. It was a curveball coming in at 78 miles per hour. Castellanos saw that it was hanging and got it off the end of the bat, made good contact with it, and got it up the middle. And the Phillies are able to cash in and get 2 runs so far in the bottom of the first. So Harper's now at third, mind you, and Bryson Stott is coming up. That's what you want. And congratulations to Nick Castellanos for getting his 100th and 101st RBI on the season. Peterson with 26 pitches so far in just this first inning alone. There we go. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bryson Stott is coming up. This is a guy who has 29 stolen bases, which is 6th in the National League, and he takes a ball just inside for ball 1. Stott batting .283 with 15 homers and 61 RBI. Harper's at third, and Castellanos is at first. There's 2 outs. Phillies lead it 2-0 in the 1-0. That's low and outside for ball 2. Started a big opposite field 2-run double to give the Phillies the lead in that last game against Atlanta, as they went up 6-4. The 2-0 pitch just on the outside corner. He was able to get the call, Peterson. So the crew chief for tonight, you have Marvin Hudson calling the balls and the strikes. Ryan Blackney is over at first base. Doug Eddings is the second base umpire, and Edwin Jimenez is over at third. The 2-1 on the way on the outside corner for a strike. So the count is now 2-2. Casty getting hot at the right time, maybe. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Phillies lead it 2-0. And the pitch to Stott. It jams him, and he tries to fight it off, and it goes out over towards the third base side, but making the catch over at third is Beatty. And that's going to end the inning. Nick Castellanos, though, comes through and gets a 2-run single, and the Phillies are able to make an early statement and punch their way to get the lead. So we go to the top of the second. Okay. Castellanos. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on those notification bell icons. We need 5 more subscribers to get to 1,050. All right? So here's what I wanted to tell you guys. All right? So JJ, what happened about celebrating the 1,000 subscribers? So here's what's going to happen, okay? Once the Phillies clinch, okay, their magic number is now 6. Once the Phillies clinch, the next game that we're doing is game 1 of the NL wild card. Okay? That's just how it's going to work. They have to go on an epic collapse in order for us to do all the rest of these 10 games. We're done once they clinch. All right? We need to rest up. We want to get ready for the postseason. We want to start focusing more on football. It's a lot when you're doing 2 things at once. So I just wanted to let you guys know that once we do, or once the Phillies do clinch, hopefully before the next series, that would be really nice. Sometime next week, we will be going on and we will have our 1,000 subscribers party. Okay? More details on that once the Phillies do clinch. It is going to happen. It's just a lot for me to handle. I'm a one-man show. I'm doing this all by myself. and I have to be committed to doing all these games. But what's the purpose of doing the games once they clinch? You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. I've gotten my reps in. Let's get some rest. So that's how I look at it. But yes, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you like and subscribe. Turn on those notification bell icons too, so that way you know when I upload. So over the last 2 games, we collaborated with Braves Country HD. Okay. Let me know your thoughts down below on how you thought the collaboration went, what you thought could have went better, what you thought didn't go so well. I want feedback. So please, if you tuned in over the last 2 games, please let me know what your actual thoughts are. I will create a poll too. First pitch to Lindor is outside and low for a ball. The second pitch, that's inside and low for ball 2. So 8 pitches for Ranger Suarez in that first inning. And Lindor, Vientos, and McNeil are coming up. The 2-0 on the way, just in there at the knees for a strike. Rising Rhino is here. What's going on, man? 2 balls, 1 strike. Phillies have a 2-0 lead. The pitch. It was on the outside corner, but it's called a ball. Yeah, Marvin Hudson is the one calling the balls and the strikes behind the plate. The 3-1 on the way. Popped up over towards the right field side, and it goes out of play. Let's get JJ some rest, says Uncle Billy in Philly. Yes. Again, we're doing the Eagles game still on Monday, even though it's Yom Kippur. The 3-2 pitch. That's fouled back towards the screen. I will tell you, one of my friends had the idea, okay, because I really did not call a lot of football games when I was in college. So, in order for me to actually do it, of course I have to get reps as the 3-2. I swung at ball 4, but it's fouled off. I've been playing Madden. As weird as that sounds, okay, I've been playing Madden, and we've been running different types of plays over and over again with the Eagles playbook because all that stuff is most of the time pretty accurate. The 3-2 pitch, ground ball into left field past the diving stop of Bohm, and there's a leadoff single in the top of the second as Bohm mistimed that. But Francisco Lindor gets a single from the right side of the plate. It was just a good piece of hitting. Am I late to this party? Ken Rosenthal's still with Fox? I didn't know that. Huh. I was actually supposed to interview Ken Rosenthal. But I might try to set that up again. But that was for a project that I was supposed to do for school because one of my professors went to school with him. But unfortunately, he got laid off by MLB Network at the time because of his comments that he wrote about Rob Manfred. The 0-1, ground ball foul. Wasn't really anything offensive or anything like that, but it's a whole thing. And just to make it short, I had it all set up, and then because that happened, we couldn't do it. No balls, 2 strikes, and time is called for Mark Vientos. Duo broadcast with Braves was a great idea, but oddly irritated with the tomahawk chop. Yes, I am the 0-2, line drive foul. So what I've noticed is that everybody has their own types of styles, right? And what's really cool about doing this is that you can play around with a lot of stuff. You can have sound effects, you can have music, and whatever it is. The 0-2, strike 3 called on the outside corner. And Suarez gets his first strikeout of the evening and gets the first out of the top of the second. It was a good fastball, too, just on the outside corner. and was able to freeze up Vientos. So Jeff McNeil's coming up. Just going back to that point, though, everybody has their own styles, right? And I noticed that he tends to play more sound effects. First pitch, it's in there for a strike. Runner goes, and they'll throw to second base to try to get Lindor. Is not in time. So Lindor is able to steal second base. Big stolen base there for him. So, anyhow, the fact that JT was able to throw that from his knees, too, and almost throw a strike, it's impressive. But sound effects are cool, but I definitely thought that, I thought that he overplayed them, too. But I can see why his channel has a lot of success. The 0-1, that's low for a ball. But I liked how we both have different styles. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's what makes the world go round, especially when it comes to broadcasting. But we definitely needed to do a collab. It was nice for a change. As the 1-1, there's a line drive that is fair down the third base line. Pache gets to it. A run's going to come in to score. The throw the second. It's not in time. So the Mets are able to get an RBI double. As Lindor comes in to score. I didn't think it was a fair ball, but I guess it was. I have to look at it again. It's tough because I'm looking at this up, and I'm not looking at the monitor, so it's a little bit of a different view for me tonight. Let's see. Yep, down the third base line. That's a fair ball. Yep. Just stayed in there. So McNeil is able to get an RBI double, and the Mets are on the board as they respond. Francisco Alvarez, the tank himself, is due up, and he takes a ball. But yeah, his style is different. The pitch, that's on the outside corner. I personally, and this might just be me, I might be a little bit biased, but I like sound effects, don't get me wrong. But I think that there's also, like, we play sound effects on here, not as many. But I also like carrying the conversation with the talking. Even though it does tire my voice, I think that that's what makes it really cool. And I get you guys involved as well. It's a participation type of a thing. And that, again, is the appeal when it comes to doing this on YouTube rather than traditional broadcasting. So, that's what I want to say. Thanks, Jeremy. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it, dude. Larry says, you don't need no stinking gimmicks. The pitch popped up, hit out towards right center field. Castellanos gets under it, and he will make the catch for the second out. You may have also noticed that when I was doing this with him, I did wear a suit the first time, and I wore a polo shirt the next time. Why did I do that? You're probably wondering. Because I want people to know that I'm taking this seriously. He invited me onto his home turf. Guess what? We have to treat each other with respect. So, you know, he has more subscribers. It's a bigger deal. Let's show people professionalism. Because I take this seriously. The first pitch, that's in there for a strike. It's not just dressed to impress. It's also dressed to inspire, as I like to say. The 0-1 ground ball hit back up the middle for a base hit. Castellanos gets to it, and a run's going to come in to score. So it's an RBI single, and the Mets are able to come up with a counter punch as it's back to an even game. All right, so let's do this. Well, that pitch was right down the middle. And nothing really too fancy about that swing whatsoever, but it's what the Mets do. LeCastro comes up. He's batting in the 9th spot, and he takes that one for a strike. So Francisco Alvarez gets on with an RBI single. There's Rob Thompson in the Phillies dugout. The 0-1, it hits him. So LeCastro gets on with a hit by pitch. So after a 1-2-3 first inning, not such a good second inning for a Ranger. We loved you on Braves Country. Thank you so much, Jeremy. I really do appreciate that so much. I really had a blast. I thought it was so cool to just be able to collaborate with other people. You know, like I said, I want to show people, especially if it's not on my home turf, that I'm for real, you know? That's how it is. Got to take it seriously. So, I had a great time. And it was nice to be able to split up the play-by-play duties, you know, and be able to do half the innings. I thought it was fair. I did notice you dressed up. Forgot to troll you for it. Yeah, well, I care, man. I really care. The pitch, swing and a miss. Ranger has to settle down. I'm with you. I like that you don't take breaks every half inning. Again, Apple TV doesn't do it. Well, actually, YouTube TV. Sorry. The 0-1, grounder, pulled over towards the first base side. Stott has it, throws over to first, and it's in time. And the inning comes to an end. So we go to the bottom of the second inning. The Mets do respond after getting an RBI double from Jeff McNeil and an RBI single from Francisco Alvarez. We head to the bottom of the second, tied 2-2. I noticed that when they were doing the YouTube TV casts a couple years ago, that they didn't really take a lot of breaks. They had a lot of packages together. So I'm thinking, you know, if we want to make this more personable, or personal, you have to reach out to people, and you have to keep talking. That's what it comes down to. The sound effects are nice. The sound effects are good, but too much, I think, can be a little bit distracting. So, thank you, man. Seriously, I thought it was classy. Yeah, man. I take this seriously. I don't know if I want to dress up all the time. I think for the playoffs we will, because I want to show people that we mean business. Maybe tomorrow night we'll do it too, because it's on Apple TV. But I remember, if you guys did watch my Sharing the Mic with JJ podcast last week, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow as well, on Friday, you know, one of my former broadcasting partners, who I am going to get on sometime. She's incredible. Her name is Kayla Santiago. We were talking about her last week. My former sports director, and he talked about how, you know, she went up to him in regards to dressing to impress. So, you know, he was wearing a hoodie the first time he was doing it with her, and she was right there, like, wanting to do this. So there's something to be said about that. That's why I dressed up. If you actually go back to, like, my very first game that I called on here, I dressed up because I wanted to show people that I'm serious about this. So, how about a Harper jersey? I have a Harper jersey, but I want to wear a suit because I think that, first of all, I think that that's attracting too, but I also just think that you want to look professional when the stakes are really high. The 1-0 pitch, that's in there for a strike on the outside corner. So Rojas is up at the plate. If you're just tuning in, my name is Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ. The pitch, swing and a miss. 8-9-1 are due up for Philadelphia in this bottom of the second inning. Defense Well, the corners are playing in towards the infield grass, but the middle infielders are back almost close to the outfield grass. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Johan Rojas, who's batting .301. And the 1-2. It jams him, but he chops that one foul. And we'll do it again. Rojas from the Dominican Republic has 2 homers and 21 RBI. The 1-2 on the way. Just fouled off again at 85 miles per hour on a slider. Christian Pache will wait in the on-deck circle. Then we flip the lineup card back to the top of the order. Peterson comes set at the chest. Kicks, deals, swing and a miss. And Rojas strikes out. Strikeout number 2 for David Peterson. That was just a fastball that was outside and high. And good job by Peterson to just test Rojas with the swing. Pache hitting .266 with 2 homers and 9 RBI. He takes that one outside for a ball. The last time the Phillies actually played the Mets, if you guys remember, the Mets had a 6-3 lead. The 1-0 pitch. He went around, says the home plate umpire. They were up 6-3, and then the Phillies were able to get 4 runs in that bottom of the 8th inning on a ton of walks. The 1-1, that's fouled back towards the net. That was a very bizarre game. They walked 3 batters, hit 2 batters, and made a big error in that 8th inning. The 1-2, that's down low for ball 2. Pache has not faced the Mets this season. The 2-2 on the way, swing and a miss. And he strikes out there, back-to-back Ks. And there's 2 gone. Comes Kyle Schwarber, who has 46 singles, 45 homers, 17 doubles, 123 walks, and 204 strikeouts. What's up, Linda? Thanks for coming on. Appreciate each and every one of you. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, guys. 2 outs, and the first pitch in this at-bat is taken for a strike. Again, this is the last home stand for the Phillies. The 0-1 on the way. That's taken for a strike at the knees as Schwarber tried to hold his horses. This is a guy who is second in the league in walks, second in the league in homers, and last in batting average. The 0-2, swing and a miss. And Kyle Schwarber strikes out. So David Peterson is able to strike out the side. And we head to the top of the 3rd inning at Citizens Bank Park. All right, let's see how many people are on here. I like being able to have an extra monitor. You know, I don't have to rely as much on the iPad. That's pretty cool. I have to get a bigger desk. I just don't really have the desk space in my room because this is where I do this from, in case you did not know. Hit the thumbs up button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notification bell icons, too, so that way you know when I upload. Definitely helps to have more desk space for sure, but can only do so much. We're making the most out of this. Phillies keep it up to the highest degree. Yes, sir. There was something else I was going to say. Looking at the scoreboard right now, Braves have a 5-0 lead in Washington. They're in the top of the 3rd with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Yankees are up 3-0 against the Toronto Blue Jays. Cubs and Pirates just getting started. But did the Diamondbacks play? That is the question. They don't today, but the Brewers won 6-0 and shut out the Cardinals. Wade Miley was back, and now he's 9-4. And the Brewers pitching staff, you got to look out for them. They have a pretty good staff. So the Phillies have an opportunity to get their magic number down to 5 tonight with a win. The Diamondbacks do not play as we take a look at the wild card standings. So the Phillies, they have 10 games left. After tonight, it will be 9. Phillies are 2.5 games above the Arizona Diamondbacks. And the Diamondbacks are 1.5 games above the Chicago Cubs. Cubs are half a game above the Miami Marlins, 1 game above the Cincinnati Reds, 3 games above the Giants, and the San Diego Padres, they've won 7 in a row. They are starting to knock on the door. They're 4.5 games behind. The pitch, swinging a fly ball hit out to center field, and there's 1 out in the top of the 3rd. That would be really something if the Padres were able to somehow, some way, sneak their way into getting that last wild card spot. They would really have to rely on a lot of the chips have to fall their way. First pitch to the Polar Bear. Pete Alonso is taken in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Ranger on the bump. And the pitch upstairs for a ball. The Phillies payroll, though much this situation in this moment. The pitch up high. Phillies do have a very large payroll. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 away in the top of the 3rd. The pitch off the plate for ball 3. Lindor waits in the on-deck circle. And the 3-1 offering up high and outside for ball 4. So Ranger, after pitching a clean first inning for the most part, ever since the 2nd, he's been giving up some base runners and allowed a couple of RBI base hits as well. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notification bell icons. And yeah, first pitch in this at-bat is taken for a strike, just at the knees. So there's 1 out in the top of the 3rd. It's 2-2 in Philadelphia. No balls, 1 strike. Ranger comes set, winds up, and deals, and it's fouled off. When you look at the AL wild card, in case you are curious, the Rays have that 1 spot locked up. The Blue Jays are a game above the Texas Rangers. The Rangers now have the 3rd wild card spot. They're actually tied with the Mariners. The 0-2 fly ball hit out to left field. Pache goes over towards his left, tracks it down, and they'll make the catch, and Alonso has to steam all the way back to first. With a hanger right there. What's that? I heard a little noise. So Lindor flies out to left. Mark Vientos is coming up to the plate. The pitch. Popped up, hit out to right field. It's carrying a little bit, but Castellanos goes over towards his right now, backs out a little bit towards his left, and they'll make the catch. So, the inning is over. Mets leave a base runner on We go to the bottom of the third. Nothing to it. Phillies coming back up. Okay. Snowman's here. What's up, Snowman? Football coming up on my channel now. Nice. Well, we could put the Amazon. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to put it up here. I don't. Because I actually like having an extra monitor for once. You know? So I'm going to be satisfied with that. All right, so I said that we're going to put a poll question in the chat, okay? And I want you to answer this and be honest with me, okay? Because I want to get your thoughts about that. I know that this is not always going to be accurate because we have people that are going to subscribe tonight that are going to answer the poll that literally did not tune in to either game. Okay, so let's go to YouTube and let's have a conversation about this. We got 40 people on here, guys. Please make sure that you hit that like button and that subscribe button. We only have 24 likes. What are we doing, guys? Come on. 24. I'd like to see a panel of umpires explain the strike zone. I'm with you on that, Robert. That's an interesting thought for sure. We will raid Braves country hopefully a little bit later tonight. All right, so poll question. All right, so we're going to ask the poll on a scale of 1 to 10. How much did you guys enjoy the collab? With those with Braves with Mac from Braves country. One to 3. First pitch, that's low for a ball. So Trey Turner's coming up. The count is 1-0. And the pitch, that's chopped foul towards the third base side. Turner, actually, believe this or not, since 2018, he has the second most hits at 966. The 1-1, it's just low for ball 2. And the guy that's in first, it's Freddie Freeman with about 1,060. I think I actually said 1,067. 95% sure. The 2-1 on the way. Check swing. First base umpire says he did not go. All right, so 1 to 3. That we didn't like it much. 4 to 6. The 3-1 ground ball hit sharply over to third base. Beatty has it, plays it on a bounce, throws over to first across the diamond, and Trey Turner will head back towards the Phillies dugout as there's one away in the bottom of the third. All right, so here we go. We're going to start the poll now. I want you guys to give your answers. What's up, Anthony? Thanks for coming on, man. So Bohm is up. He takes a strike just at the knees. He's 0 for 1. The pitch. Low and inside for ball 2. Let's take a sip of water. The 1-1 delivery. That's off the plate for ball 2. All right, cool. We got 5 votes. And again, elaborate what you mean down below. The 2-1 There's a bouncer that's just a little bit fouled off. All right, so there's the poll. I don't think I can post the poll on here. That's the one thing I don't like about the Ninja chat. 49 already leading. 49ers already leading the Giants 42-0. It's funny. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Mr. Bohm. And the pitch. Line drive foul over towards the right field side, and it goes out of play. Nationals actually just got a run. So Bohm fouled out his first time up. This is now his second at-bat. The 2-2 delivery just fouled off the foot of Bohm, and he is in pain as he heads, actually just lays his body out on covering the plate. Now he's on one knee. If he gets back up, the bat boy will hand him his bat as he tries to walk that off. Ay. Thank goodness he has a shin guard on that left foot. All right, so we got 6 votes. Okay, good. Please elaborate your answers down below. What you didn't like about it, what you liked. Write a review. 2-2 on the way. Fly ball. That's it out to deep left field. That baby's going back to the track, and it's gone. Alec Bohm with a solo blast to left, his 18th of the season, and the Phillies retake the lead 3-2 in the bottom of the 3rd inning as he rings the bell and goes 404 feet into the night. Just a fastball right down towards the knees, actually. And he was able to just launch that thing out to left. And now Bryce Harper will foul off the first pitch. So Peterson has 58 pitches and just left one hanging out there into Alec Bohm's wheelhouse. What a catch, too, by that fan. The 0-1 to Harper takes a strike at 94 miles per hour. Christopher Kelly, I'll give it a 7. Not a huge fan of the sound effects and prefer the mellow call style you use. I usually listen while working in my shop. Too many distractions. I appreciate the honesty. The 0-2, that's fouled off. That really means a lot. I'm happy that thank you for doing that, man. It means a lot. I'm with you. The 0-2 delivery, line drive back up the middle for a base hit for Bryce Harper. Nimmo gets to it on a couple of bounces, and there's a 1-out single for Harper. Back-to-back hits for the Phillies. Yeah. I'm happy that we did it for a change, but I love the way that we do it. There's some things I still want to get better at. There's some things that I still want to change. But it has to happen organically. The first pitch, that's outside for a ball. Kathy says that she likes my style, too. It's cool. Wait, hold up, Kathy. What? Let me make you a mod. The 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. Managing moderator. There we go. Oh, boy. I don't know why I forgot to make you a mod, Kathy. I apologize about that. It should work now. The next time you type, you should see a wrench next to your name. The 1-1 to JT, that's fouled off. Phillies need one more homer to tie their 2004 record with 204 homers in their first 153 games of the season. First 153. Within their last 10. That sounds better. The 1-2, it's chopped foul. One away in the bottom of the third. Phillies have a 3-2 lead. They're able to just get it back on a solo homer by Alec Boehm. The 1-2 delivery. It was a fastball that JT just fouls off. Looks pretty high, but to JT's credit, he stays alive. Let's see. Stephanie, what's up, Stephanie? How you doing, Steph? I haven't seen you in a little bit of time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'll get to your comment in a second. And the pitch. That's fouled off again. That was sailing out of the zone. I agree with Chris, says Stephanie. You were such a better announcer. Thank you. We try. BC knows his baseball, but trying to talk over the chop, couldn't hear him. Yeah, that was tough. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the next pitch, that's outside for ball 2. I like his promos, though. You know, I really, really like his promos. I thought that his promos were actually really funny. I like how he utilized his radio style, right? And because he has a radio channel as well. And how he incorporates that. I think that there's something to be said about that. The 2-2, that's down low for ball 3. Very nice guy. Had a lot of fun doing it with him. But I definitely liked that for sure. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, a runner at first, the throwback. It's not in time. Harper took a lead off over at first. David Peterson, mind you, has 69 pitches. Castellanos waits in the on-deck circle. He had a 2-run single to give the Phillies a 2-0 lead at the time. In the bottom of the first. The payoff pitch to Realmuto. Line drive into right field for a base hit. Harper will round second. No go to third. McNeil's throw to third. It's not in time. Harper dives in there safely. And it's a single out to right field for Realmuto. That was the same exact pitch that was given to Nick Castellanos when he just hit it out over the middle and got the 2-run single. Literally the same exact pitch. And JT got it off the end of the bat, stayed with it, and knocked it into right field as Harper had to duck his head so that the ball didn't hit him. So, there's 1 out, and that's now 3 hits in a row for Philadelphia, and a timeout is called on the mound. Kathy says, I liked your willingness to do a dual play-by-play calling with an opponent. Yeah, that's how we know that we're growing. Because now other people are seeing us. That's how we know that we're stepping in the right direction. And I take my craft seriously. And I love doing this with you guys. I do. Not always, I'll be honest, I'm not always a fan of creating the thumbnails and, editing things, but the best part of doing this is being on here with you guys and doing this. It's a privilege. I don't take it for granted. First pitch to Casty, he fouls that one off. That goes out of play. I didn't like some of his repeating sayings. Something about that ball was hit where the green grass grows. Yeah. That's an Atlanta thing for sure. It is. It's an Atlanta style. The 0-1 pitch. That's fouled back. It's actually popped up in foul ground, but Alonso takes a look and it goes out of play. Yeah. Broadcasters in different markets are different. That's not just a YouTube thing. That's actually how it is on other broadcasts too. If you listen in to Braves radio, there's different things that they do, and there's different things that they can get away with. That's why something that doesn't really go noticed, as the throw back to first is not in time, is when announcers do go to newer markets, they actually have like rules and stuff of like what you can and can't do. The 0-2, fly ball, it's hit out to right field. It's going back towards the track. McNeil has enough room, will make the catch, but Harper will tag up and score. It's an RBI sacrifice fly for Nick Castellanos. And the Phillies now lead it 4-2. So 4 productive at-bats in a row for the Phillies. And Castellanos is able to get his 3rd RBI on the night. So he gets high fives all around the dugout. That's what you want to see from Nick. You know, again, that pitch was out of the zone, but he went the opposite way with it. And it doesn't matter where it is, you have to execute at the end of the day. First pitch to Stott, he gets jammed and fouls that one back, and the Philly fanatic, who is, of course, behind the net, flinched. So Castellanos just got his 102nd RBI. That's actually a career high for him. He's never had 102 RBI in a season. Ever. Phillies have a 4-2 lead against the New York Mets. You think David Peterson will give up another hit, says Colin. He already has. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And the next pitch, that's in there for a strike at 93 miles per hour. So Peterson has 75 pitches, and we're not even through the 3rd inning. Stott's average is now at 283. It has dropped a little bit, but he still continues to be an awesome hitter for this Phillies team. The 0-2, that's low for a ball. Agreed, Larry, says Kathy. Let me see. Did I, there we go. There's the wrench. There we go. The 1-2 pitch, swing gonna miss. It was inside and high. The inning is over, but Alec Boehm hits a solo home run, and Nick Castellanos adds on and gets a sac fly. And the Phillies have the 4-2 lead as we head to the top of the 4th against the Mets. Okay. Larry says, yeah, between the inning clips of Ken Burns' doc and movie clips, did you know, etc., I did enjoy those. Yes. What's up, young shizzy? Larry says, yes, he will, to Colin's question. Between innings chatter between you and us is the best part of your casts. Thanks. I like it too. And again, I'm fine with taking some breaks. I'm fine with that, you know. I like what Rhino does. You know, we have our own style. I don't like copying people's styles. I don't believe in that. People ask me, like, what do I do in certain situations? I mean, like, I give people answers, but, you know, I take things, like, certain, like, little things that people will say to me, you know, if I want to incorporate something, and maybe I'll add that to my cast, but I give my own little flavor to it. I don't copy. You can't fully copy somebody. The Niners are beating the Giants 42-0. Wow. Thought you were kidding. Ranger needs to hold the lead this time. You don't need to keep up with the chat during the action. You can do it between innings, says Larry. Yeah. I can. And I do, for the most part. Because, again, the play-by-play action is the most important. The one thing that I do that I would like to improve on, and, again, it comes with time, there's a lot of things I want to improve on, but there's some things like I shouldn't always, like if there's a sketchy comment that's out there or something that is like not apropos towards the moment, I do have to learn how to how to bypass those or how to deal with those types of things. But again, that takes experience and that takes time. Hit the thumbs up button, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I give you this content for free. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We got 27 likes, 40. Oh, we got 30 people on here watching. We need 3 more to get to the 30 mark. Let's get to the 30, guys. The pitch. That's down low for a ball. Please spread the word if you guys know anybody else that loves the Phillies, the Eagles, the Sixers. Let's get them to join the Play-by-Play with JJ family. Hey, JJ, I have a friend who, is a big Phillies fan. I'll send him to your channel. Cool. That's great. Awesome. You don't even have to say it. You could just do it. The 2-0 pitch. That's on the outside corner for a strike. Sometimes I don't know what comes out of my mouth. JJ, my friend Bob. I have a friend named Bob who's from Denver, Colorado that loves Phillies games. I'll tell him about you. Okay. Cool. I love baseball only for the Phillies team. Well, I appreciate you for coming on here, dude. So McNeil, here's an interesting stat during the first 104 games, he was batting .252 with 3 homers. And over the next games, he was batting over .300. The pitch. Line drive, double down the right field line, and McNeil is actually going to go for 3 as he's rounding second and he's going over to third. A little bit late on the action there, but it's a leadoff triple, and that's not what you want from Ranger Suarez right here. The pitch was right down the middle, hit down the right field line, and Jeff made some excellent contact with it on a fastball right down Broad Street and was able to just keep it fair. So it went out all the way towards the corner. What inning is this? Why am I asking that? It's the 5th inning, Jason. Come on. The 4th. So no balls, 1 strike, and here comes Francisco Alvarez, who's 0 for 1. And he flies this one out to center field. On the run is Rojas, and he's there to make the catch. And coming in to score is McNeil on the sac fly. So the Phillies got a sac fly from Nick Castellanos. And Jeff McNeil scores on a sac fly from Francisco Alvarez. It's like playing a game of copycat. One out in the top of the 4th. The pitch. Grounder. Pulled over towards the first base side. Suarez gets off the mound, has it, flips it over to first. And there's 2 away. Yeah, Larry. I agree with that as well. I love the Roadcaster. I love the headset. You're 1,000% correct. When people are doing games, it really does help when you have a headset mic. Because you're turning around, you're looking at monitors, and you want the volume to be consistent. And that is nice as well. That definitely makes it more enjoyable to not just watch, but to listen as well. The pitch. It's inside and high for ball 2. Tim LeCastro is up at the plate in .231. He has 1 homer this season. The pitch popped up towards the first base side and foul ground. Harper looks up. It goes out of play about 3 rows or so over the first base dugout behind. Rangers command needs to get better, says Robert. Agreed. 1,000% retweet. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs. The pitch. Up high for ball 3. Outside of Zach Wheeler, the Phillies pitching is so unreliable, says Bilo95. I wish we had 3 to 4 Zach Wheelers for the playoff run. The pitch. And it's fouled back behind the plate. And he says we would be okay if we had 3 to 4 Zach Wheelers. The count is full. Suarez kicks, fires the pitch. Strike 3 called at the knees. Got him looking. And the inning is over. The Mets do get one back, though, on a sac fly by Francisco Alvarez. We head now to the bottom of the fourth. Philadelphia as they lead it 4-3. Come on, Ranger. Every time we score. Bilo, going back to your comment, actually, before we do that, guys, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. If we have 35 people on here and we only have 27 likes, what are we doing? We need 3 more likes to get to 30, the last time I checked. If we did reach the 30 mark, though, thank you, guys. Let's get to 40. We got to continue to work up the likes because guess what, guys? Subscribers are great, but I got to tell you, the more people that comment on here and the more people that hit that thumbs up button, that's what the algo people have to do. That's what it really comes down to. But, of course, hit that thumbs up button and hit that notification bell icon as well. So, back to your comment below. I am with you. I have an interesting thought, though, about Aaron Nola, his last time out. Okay? I'm happy that the results were the way that they were. And overall, he did a better job. He did. So what if the foul ball was just a little bit of, or so what the home run was just a little bit foul? It's a results league. That's what it comes down to. I care about results. And how he was able to fight through the adversity, I actually thought that he did a pretty good job. You're going to give up runs. That's just how it is. But how do you respond? That is the key thing. And I thought overall he responded really well. So if Aaron Nola, and this is a big if, if he can somewhat do what he did in the last outing, he has one more start. If he can do that in the playoffs, that adds another element to this team. So take that for what it is. Still surprises me others use the desk mic. Well, part of it, to be fair, is that, when you're using like a Yeti and you just have the stand, it's cheaper. But you're right. When you're doing this every day, it is just so worth it to get the broadcaster headsets. The first pitch to Rojas, that's chopped foul. So no balls, 1 strike. And the 0-1, that's way outside for a ball. So Peterson, mind you, is still out there. Has 79 pitches, has already given up 4 runs as well. It's 4-3 Philadelphia. Peterson comes set, kick, steals the pitch. Outside for ball 2. Rojas is 23 years old. He's 165 pounds, stands at 6'1". The pitch, fouled back. He was able to make his Phillies debut back in June. Two balls and 2 strikes to Rojas. Peterson comes set, kicks, deals the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Rojas will jog over to first. He didn't see where the ball was for a second, and Alvarez got to it and threw it over to first, and he is retired. I stand corrected. Rojas actually made his Major League debut on July 15th. 1 out, and the pitch. That's up high and inside for a ball. Headset mic is what the pros use. It's more expensive, though, but it's worth it. The 1-0 on the way, that's inside. Oh, just on the inside corner for a strike. But It doesn't really pick up background noise either. It really doesn't. The 1-1 delivery, swing and a miss. It was a slider. Just on the lower third of the zone. 4-3 Phillies, one away, and the 1-2 that's fouled back. We had great pitching in 2010 and 2011 and still didn't win the World Series. We didn't make it out of the second round. The 1-2 delivery popped up behind the plate, and that goes out of play. That is weird because some of it, in my opinion, is luck. Like, you have to have the roster. The roster gives you a chance. Everybody has to stay healthy. And it's all about matchups and who gets hot at the right time. The 1-2, that's low for ball 2. So, like, when you look at the 2008 roster, even though they won the World Series, from top to bottom, that 2011-2010 roster was better. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball pulled over towards the first base side, and the throw to first by Mauricio is in time. And there's 2 outs. The 4 aces still have that shirt. I don't think it fits me, though. So Kyle Schwarber will be coming up. Schwarber walked in the first, struck out in the second, and this is his 3rd plate appearance. Needs 1 more RBI to get to the century mark. It's 45 homers. First pitch, check, swing. Did he go? No. Okay, there's Kevin Long, that is, the hitting coach for the Phillies. Broadcasters, the Fox Sports broadcasters are talking about him. The 1-0 on the way, that's in there for a strike. Sometimes, and it's not even just in baseball, it's about, this happens in sports too. As the 1-1 is swung on and missed. Relationships go a very long way, and that's within any business. And Trey Turner, even though, like, he signed a really big contract in the offseason and had that, cared about Kevin Long as well. Had a good relationship with him in Washington. As the 1-2, that's fouled over towards the right field side. So Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber as well. You see that Aaron Rodgers, Alan Lazard went over to the Jets, and that definitely had to deal with it. Relationships go a long way. The 1-2 pitch, strike 3 called on the outside corner, and Kyle does not agree with the call, but the inning is over on a backward strikeout to Kyle Schwarber. Phillies still lead at 4-3 as they don't get any runs home. Okay. Yes, if Nola has his best performance in the playoffs, that's how he rights all the wrongs. So hopefully he balls out in the playoffs. Yeah, I'm with you. I want Aaron Nola to make his start at home. I think that he should be the number 2 guy in that first round because I think that would definitely boost his confidence when you're, especially if the Phillies have a 1-0 lead in the series on whoever they play against. I think that would be probably your best bet because then you have the home crowd behind them, and that would be very nice. And maybe that could also help him out as well. So, only had 1 ace in 1980 and 2008. It's funny. Technically, we had a closer who went 54-54. That helped out a lot too. Yeah, the bullpen matters. We had middle relievers that could do their job as well. We had a pretty good manager who had a very good feel for the game. And then we had a really good bench. Like, people don't understand, those everybody that got into baseball within, like, the last couple of years or so. But There was no DH in the National League. So, you had to go to pinch hitters more often. And that certainly played a really big strategy. That was one of the reasons why I liked having that in the National League. Not having the DH. Because I thought that it brought strategy to the game. And it wasn't even just about the pitcher hitting. It was also just the fact who you going to sub out and like what types of strategies are going to go into those plays. That's why those Joe Blanton and Bartolo Colon's home runs were so nice to watch, because it made it even more powerful when you would see a pitcher coming up to the plate and hitting a home run. It barely happens nowadays. So, go Power Ranger. Need morphing. Hi, Aunt Janice. Yes. You have one starter ace and one bullpen ace. I'd say two, because Ryan Madsen was a really good pitcher as well. And Chad Durbin was locked down as well. The 0-1, it's in there for a strike. So we're in the top of the fifth. Ranger Suarez is still on the mound. Only 61 pitches, which is good. The 0-2 to Nimmo. Bouncer hit back towards the mound. Suarez doesn't even have to flinch. And he throws it over to first with no hesitation. What are they doing, a promo? That's what it is. Okay. So Ronnie Mauricio will step up to the plate. Takes the first pitch inside for a ball. So this season he's batting .290 with a homer and 7 RBI. The 1-0 on the way. That's fouled off. This kid, man, he's going to be something really special. He's one of the another guy that I got to see when he was on the Brooklyn, or the Hudson Valley Renegades, I should say. That's the Mets High A affiliate. It's the 1-1 that's fouled back. This guy has some pop in the bat. He has speed, makes really good contact with the baseball, and is pretty mature beyond his years. The 1-2, that's laid off. Down low and outside for a ball. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mauricio. 1 out, nobody on, and the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And JT will throw it over to first. So he hesitated, and Mauricio is retired for the second time today. He's only 22 years old. Was born on April 4th of 2001. He's 6'3", 166 pounds. He's a shortstop, but he's playing over at second base tonight. Has a very good glove at short. But with Francisco Alvarez over there, it's hard to get reps. He's also, by the way, on a 5-game hitting streak coming into today. The pitch, that's low for a ball to Pete Alonso. The 1-1, or the 1-0, I should say, is in there for a strike. It's just 0 for 1. He flied out. The pitch upstairs for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. Phillies lead it 4-3. We're in the top of the fifth. Then the 2-1 pitch, grounder hit over to shortstop, played on the bounce by Turner, throws over to first, and Harper can't dig it out. And staying put over at first base as he's able to get on is Pete Alonso. That's going to go down as an, I think that should probably go down as an E3, but they may rule that as an E6 because it was played on the bounce, but Harper should have definitely been able to dig that out. Wasn't the best throw whatsoever by Trey, but it is an error for sure. First pitch on the way, and this at-bat to Lindor. It's in there for a strike, so I guess that they're going to call it an E6. I will double-check that right now. See what the official ruling is. Yep, they called it an E6. The 0-1. It's outside for a ball. So Lindor batting .250 with 26 homers and 88 RBI this season. The count is 1-1. The pitch. Foul back. Against the Phillies this season, he's 5 for 22 coming into today with 2 solo homers, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. In the month of September, he's 17 for 70 with 2 homers and 9 RBI. Time is called really quickly. There's 2 outs in the top of the 5th. The count is 1-2 to Francisco Lindor, who is 1 for 2. Lindor himself is also on a 5-game hitting streak. Went 1 for 5 in his last game against the Miami Marlins with an RBI. The next pitch, strike 3, called at the knees, and Lindor strikes out looking, and the inning is over. Go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 4-3 Phillies lead, and they're coming back up. All right, below 95. What's going on? First of all, if you guys are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button, and please subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 40 likes. 40. Let's get to the 40 like mark. Mods, if you could push that in the chat, I would appreciate that for sure. Let's get to the 40 like mark. We're actually at 29, I believe, the last time I checked. Let's refresh the page. Yep, we're at 29. Okay, good. So let's get to 40. Seriously, Larry, the bullpen in 08 was magical. 2008 bullpen was beast mode. Not even Bradledge, the bullpen, could keep a lead more times than not. Rojas has to be more patient as a hitter and stop swinging that bad pitches, but that comes with time. That comes with the reps, and I want to see him get more and more at-bats. I do. Because Bryson Stott was struggling with the same exact thing, if you guys remember, when he first got called up. Chemistry is real, too, for sure. Having a lights-out setup and a closer shortens games makes your starter better. Absolutely. Explain the backwards strikeout for everybody. The backwards K? So if somebody strikes out looking, that's what a backwards K is. So I keep score, right? For those of you that don't know, I do keep score I have a little scorecard. It's a little hard to see with the green screen effect, and I don't really want to take that off, okay? So I keep score. And when you score a strikeout, if somebody strikes out swinging at the third pitch, or at the third strike, I should say, that goes down as a K. That's how you keep it as a stat. But if the pitcher strikes out the batter looking and records that third strike, where the batter is just caught looking, doesn't matter where it is, and the batter doesn't swing at it, you're called out on strikes, so therefore it's a backwards K. So that's how it is. Crush wall. All right. Jeff Brigham is coming in for the Mets. Get to his stats in just a few moments, as Peterson does not even last 5 innings, only goes 4. Turner is 0 for 1. Takes the first pitch outside for a ball. The 1-0 pitch, he takes that one outside too. So the count is now 2-0 to Trey Turner. Turner batting .267, walked in the first, scored a run as well. The pitch in there for a strike. Just at the knees. So Brigham has a 5.25 ERA, 39 strikeouts. The 2-1 on the way, swing and a miss. Over his last 7 days, he's gone 3 innings. He's allowed 3 earned runs, 1 homer, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. The pitch off the plate for ball 3. It's from Federal Way, Washington. Payoff pitch to Turner, low and outside for ball 4, and Trey Turner walks for the second time tonight. That's pretty big for Trey. He's able to get on there. So David Peterson only goes 4 innings. He actually had 7 strikeouts, but allowed 5 hits, 4 earned runs, and 2 walks. Gave up 3 runs to Nick Castellanos, who had a 2-run single in the bottom of the first inning, and a sac fly as well. The pitch to Bohm. That's a fastball taken right down the pipe for strike 1. Bohm's average is at .279 with 18 homers and 93 RBI. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Fly ball, it's out to right field, and it is hooking into foul ground as it hits the net. Bohm had a solo homer his last time up, out to left field. Went over 420 feet. I enjoyed that Blanton World Series home run so much. It's got the fans fired up, too. Yes, sir. No balls, 2 strikes to Alec Bohm. A runner at first. The throw back to first, not in time. That was a good inning for Ranger, for sure. Come on, guys. Let's do JJ a solid and hit that like and subscribe. Absolutely. Let's do it. No balls, 2 strikes. To Bohm, the pitch. Fouled off again. This is a pretty good at-bat for Bohm. This also goes to show me that he has really matured. The Phillies offense with 2 strikes tonight, they're actually 5 for 14 with a homer and 4 RBI. They got all 4 of their RBIs on 2 strikes. It's impressive. Still nobody out in the bottom of the 5th. Brigham gets set at the letters, kicks, deals the pitch upstairs, and Alvarez looked back over to first, but did not throw the baseball. 4 more subscribers to get to 1,050. So Brigham pitched 4 seasons with the Miami Marlins. The 1-2 on the way, swing and a miss. It was a fastball inside and high, and Bohm strikes out with a forwards K. Just a regular K. Did I really have to say forwards K? Yes. Okay. Bryce Harper is due up. And the first pitch, he pops this one up. Out towards shallow left field. Beatty gets called off by the left fielder. And he'll make the catch for out number 2. So LeCastro is able to call him off. Keeping score is kind of a lost art. You got to do it as a broadcaster. I don't care what people say. It really helps for baseball. 2 outs, a runner at first. The pitch that's down low and outside for a ball. I do mine a little bit differently, though. I could go over this another day, but I have my own way of remembering things. That's what it really matters. That's what really does matter. Throw back to first, not in time. The worst is when you're keeping score and over 9 men come up to the plate. That's when it gets really tough. Because then you got to go into the next inning and, then draw a line once the inning that you were just in is done. The 1-0 pitch. It's on the outside corner for a strike. Looked a little bit off. but not according to Marvin Hudson. Alvarez is itching to pick off somebody. Jason Benetti is the play-by-play announcer for Fox. I'll have to look him up. I've never heard of him. The 1-1, it's low and outside for a ball. John Smoltz is doing color. I like John Smoltz. Comment down below what your thoughts are about him as a color commentator. I think he gives good insight. As the 2-1 pitch. It's on the outside corner, but it is a called strike. Couldn't see it. I like John Smoltz. Sometimes I think he does a little too much. Goes a little too overboard, but I think he gives pretty good analysis. Throw back to first, not in time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a runner at first. JT's 1 for 2. But yeah, what are your thoughts about him? Brigham was 16 pitches in the bottom of the 5th. Came on in relief for David Peterson. The next pitch, fouled back. That is when I gave up keeping score. What, after like the 9th inning? Yeah. Tanking them all. Thank you. Oh, you just changed your name. You're funny. Runner goes, the 2-2, fouled off, and we'll do it again. So Turner has to go back to first. Thanks, Take. You're welcome. Larry says, yeah, Smoltz is pretty good. Not so much at first, but he improved. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes again. The next pitch, that's fouled off again, and JT making Trey Turner get his exercise, but he had to swing at that, to be fair. 28 straight stolen bases for Trey Turner. It's the longest single-season streak since Whit Merrifield did it in 2021. Now, if somebody could spot me and see what his actual streak was, I would be very, very, very curious. 2-2 pitch. The next pitch, that's outside and low, and probably Turner should have just ran off of that one because, of course, JT didn't swing at it. I wanted to hate Smoltz, says Larry, but got to admit, he's grown into the job. I think he has a great chemistry with Joe Davis. And Joe Davis is one of my favorites. 3-2, swing gonna miss. And JT strikes out, and the inning is over. So that's the second time JT has struck out today. He has just continued to struggle offensively for the Phillies. And we go to the top of the 6th. Phillies have a 4-3 lead against the Mets. Okay. All right, I'm going to take a very quick step off, guys. I want us to make sure that we get to the 40 mark in the likes section. So please make sure that we do that. And we need 4 more subscribers to get to 1,050. All right, I'll see you guys very, very soon. Love you all. Be right back. All right, 1-1 strike. And the next pitch by Ranger. That's just fouled off. Okay. Hey, Snowman Raid. Woo! Let's go, man. Let's go. We love Snowman Multimedia. Drop the link down below. Guys, please make sure that you also tune in to Snowman Multimedia. If you want to check out the game that he's doing tonight, is the Amazon Prime game, the 1-2 pitch. Fly ball, it's carrying, going out towards left field, and it is just gone. So Mark Vientos ties the game back 4-4, and that's the second time that Ranger Suarez has blown the lead. And the Mets doing Met types of things against the Phillies. Only 97 miles per hour off the bat. Actually, wasn't even a bad pitch. Vientos was just able to shovel that thing up. And the ball was carrying, and it just went into the second row. Anybody have an updated 49ers Giants score? If you want to do that, you can totally go into Snowman's chat, but I do not have the score with me right now. First pitch to Jeff McNeil. That's popped up over towards the shortstop, Trey Turner. Gets under it, waits for it, and he'll make the catch. There's one out. What year is it for Bobby Witt? It's now his third year. This is year number 3 for him, I'm pretty sure. 4-4 in the top of the 6th with one out, and here comes Francisco Alvarez, and he takes the first pitch low. Ranger, only with 81 pitches. Again, that wasn't a bad pitch. It was just really good execution from Vientos. It was. We're in the top of the 6th inning. It's 1-1 strike. 1 out. Pitch to Alvarez, swing and a miss. Oh, Witt. Okay, the other Witt for Whit Merrifield. JJ, what year for Witt? 2021. There we go. When you said Witt, I was thinking of Bobby Witt. Yeah. Whit Merrifield stolen bases. Gotcha. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip. It just went out of the glove. Alvarez just got a piece of it, too. It's tough because it hit the ground. I think it actually bounced before it hit JT's ground, but say it was a foul ball. The pitch by Rangers, swing and a miss, and he goes back with a slider. He's like, you know, if I don't do it the first time, let me try it again. Where did that thing go? Vientos really has been showing off his power over the last 4 days or so. The pitch to Beatty is just at the knees for a strike. The 0-1 on the way, broken background ball. It goes all the way out to second base, but Stott has it and throws over to first, and the inning is over. So, the Mets tie it back on a solo home run. And it's 4-4 now as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Yeah, but how many straight stolen bases did he have? Like, what was the stolen base streak? That's what I wanted to know. Trey has 28 stolen bases in a row without getting caught. So the longest one before Trey's was Witt's. So, what was the streak? That's what I wanted to know. In case you're wondering, the Pirates actually have a 3-0 lead against the Cubs. The Cubs have been ice cold. They're in Wrigley as well. They are on the outside looking in that wild card race, which is crazy. I stand corrected, actually. The Marlins are on the outside looking in. The Cubs actually have half of a lead against the Marlins in the standings. If you're new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button and feel free to like and subscribe. Turn on those notification bell icons too, so that way you know when I upload. Need to pitch Vientos inside. He's definitely a low ball hitter. He's a good hitter, man. I'm totally with you on that, Robert. He's underrated. He does pop in the bat, man. He does. Let's go back to this. Vientos had 2 homers in Wednesday's game against the Marlins. And, oh, by the way, he's also on a 5-game hitting streak, but just extended it to 6 tonight. Comes Nick Castellanos. It's 4-4 in the bottom of the 6th. And Casty will take that one on the outside edge of the plate. Nick is 1 for 1. The 0-1 on the way. Inside for ball 1 at 92 miles per hour. If you haven't checked out the clip yet, I encourage you all to check out the John Kruk, Tom McCarthy call of Castellanos making that catch out in right field and throwing out the runner at the plate. The 1-1 pitch, swinging the fly ball. That's it out to deep left field, and it hits the top of the second deck. The 28th home run of the season, and Nick Castellanos is red hot. That thing was absolutely tattooed out to left field. Are you kidding me? And the Phillies again retake the lead 5-4 in the bottom of the 6th. I don't know what it is, but man, oh man, is it good to have a clutch Nick Castellanos for the Phillies right now. And he gets a curtain call and gives a little salute to the fans. It's a 1-0 count to Bryson Stott. The pitch upstairs and outside for ball 2. Touchdown, San Francisco. Wow. The pitch upstairs and outside for ball 3. I am shocked how far that thing went. 454 feet. The 3-0 pitch outside and high for ball 4, and Stott will walk over to first. Just a fastball down the middle, and Castellanos was ready for it, got the barrel on it, and did a nice bat flip, too. Oh, man. That was a bomb. 5-4 Phillies. And Yohan Rojas comes up. He'll take the first pitch in the dirt for a ball. No cheap home run by Nick. Say what you want about Nick Castellanos. When it's ugly, it's not fun, but when he's on a roll, it is great. 1 ball, no strikes, and the next pitch. Rojas tried to take that one back, but it's a called strike, and I don't agree with the call either. Rojas is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. 1-1 is the count. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the next pitch upstairs for ball 2. So Nick Castellanos, put this in perspective, has driven in 4 of the 5 runs for the Phillies. The 2-1 on the way. Line drive into left field for a base hit. So Jeff Brigham is still out there, and he is just not doing so well in this inning. So that'll put runners at first and second. With still nobody out. So Christian Pache is up. Wait a second. Now, did I miss something? I think I missed something. I did. Are you kidding me? I forgot to put Price and Stott in the lineup. That's what it was. Stott, Rojas, and Pache. So Stott's at second. Nobody out. Pache will bunt this one, and Alvarez will throw it over to second base to get Rojas out. It was popped up. Not a good bunt whatsoever by Pache. I don't know why Brigham didn't just catch it, but he just let it go. Brigham, Alvarez, and Beatty were all over there, and they just let it drop. What the heck were they thinking? Not a good bunt whatsoever, though, by Pache. He popped it up. The bunt is sort of like a lost art. I mean, say what you will, and part of it's because of no DH, of no pitcher batting, but that is sort of like a lost art for sure in Major League Baseball. I can't believe I forgot to put Stott in there. That's never happened to me when I've been doing my scorecard. I've been very consistent with Castro, and then I miss Beatty. What am I doing? What the heck is going on, JJ? I don't get why. I don't understand why they just let that go. Makes no sense. Brigham was right there. Alvarez was right there. And nobody communicated. So there's one out. The runners are at first and third. Forgot to set the scene in that regard. Phillies looking to get more runs. Kyle Schwarber is coming up. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk as well. And he takes the first pitch at the knees for a strike. Buck Showalter sticking to Brigham in this situation, even with a lefty getting loosened up in the pen. No balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch to Kyle is up high. When Rojas is patient, he makes contact. Guys, please make sure that you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Give me a good home run call here. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kyle Schwarber. The pitch. It lays it off. Check swing. And the third base umpire says he did not go. So Edwin Jimenez is over at third. I think I see a trend here when I look at the umpires and where they are on the diamond. So Hudson is probably going to be the third base umpire tomorrow. And I think I finally got this. The 2-1, just on the outside corner of the plate at 80 miles per hour for a strike. So I noticed that home plate goes over to third. And then first base goes over to home. So then third base goes to second, and Eddings will be the first base umpire. So second goes to first. I think I finally got that. 2-2 on the way. It's popped up right behind the plate. It goes out of play. I'm like 90% sure that that's how it works because most of the time that's how I see it. Unless it's a double header. Then they have different approaches. But most of the time, that's how it looks like to me. 2-2 pitch. Laid off. Check swing. No, he didn't go. I don't know why they appealed it because that was like 2 pitches, not back to back. It didn't go. The count is full to Kyle Schwarber. It's pretty well when the count is full. There's 1 out. He'll call for time here and take a very, very quick step off. Schwarber this season batting only .131 with a full count, but he has 5 homers and 13 RBI. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Pache does go over to second on a stolen base. I thought he was hitting better. Stand corrected. So now that's going to be it for Brigham as he gets Schwarber to strike out. Trey Turner's coming up, and we have a pitch and change. All right. 4 more subscribers so we get to 1,050, guys. If you love this content, if you love this channel, please give all your love and support as much as possible. All right. We will be going into Rising Rhino's channel, or not Rising Rhino. We will be going into Snowman Multimedia's channel in just a little bit. Larry, actually, do me a solid. Can you drop his link down below in the chat? And then we'll do that not in the next inning because we got trivia, but in the inning after that. Probably should have just done this before. But yeah, if you're there, Larry, just drop Snowman's channel down below if you can. I would appreciate that. You don't know how? Okay, so what you do, I'm going to walk you through this. So, are you watching this on your phone? Because if you are, what you do is you go to his channel, and then you should see like a share button or like a copy link, and you just copy his link. Okay. Yeah, so if you're on your phone, you're going to go over to his channel. You're going to go to his live stream, and then you're going to press share, and you're going to copy it. And then you'll come back on here, and then in the chat, you'll just paste that link. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. I believe in you. I believe in you, Larry. I do. Okay. Okay, says Larry. Let's see how Larry does. I'm curious. Guys, we need to get to 40 likes. Let's get to the 40 like mark, okay? Let's get to 40 likes. There we go. There you go. Let's see if this takes me to this channel. The first pitch, that's in there for a strike on the outside corner. All right, so let's see. There you go.
This clock can take it into halftime.
Oops. I guess I forgot to mute that. Oh, it opens up a new browser. That's what it does. Okay. It did. It worked. You did it. You did it, Larry. You did it. I wish I had a round of applause. I think I actually do, but maybe not. 1 ball, 1 strike to Trey Turner. The pitch, swing and a miss. Maybe that's a new sound effect. I probably should write that down right now. Round of applause. Okay, we're going to write that down and we're going to get that. Round of applause. So now, if I want you to find like Rising Rhino's link, now you know what to do. You just copy and paste that. The 1-2, that's down low for ball 2. You can teach an old dog new tricks. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I got to tell you, my grandma, she was a great texter. She passed away in 2015, but she was so good at texting. Like, it was so easy to teach her new stuff because she was a teacher herself. A very smart person. The 2-2, broken background ball hit over to first, and the flip over to Hartwig is in time. Hartwig was pitching against Trey Turner. The inning is over. However, Nick Castellanos gives the Phillies the lead 5-4. We go to the top of the 7th. Okay, guys, it is time. It is time for our Phillies trivia question. Okay? This one I think is going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be tough, but I think I might have you guys stumped here. Okay, so in case you are new to the channel, we do a Phillies trivia question in the top of the 7th inning. It feels like we haven't done this in a while. I'll ask the question. You provide your answers down below, and if you get the question correct, you'll hear this. If you get it not right or incorrect, this is what you'll hear. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to provide the answer down below. We'll go over the answers in the bottom of the 7th inning, and that is what we will do. Okay, so today's Phillies trivia question that I'm going to ask you guys is this. Okay, so last year, Alec Bohm, if you remember, hit a home run in Game 3 of the World Series. I want to know what is so special about that home run that he hit. Why was that significant? Okay? It's a tough one, but I want to know what your answers are. So Alec Bohm hit a home run in Game 3 of the World Series last year, but what made that home run special? Okay? That is the question. It's not actually, the hint is it's actually not really a Phillies trivia question. Okay? It's more about a Major League Baseball type of a feat that was happening. Okay? That's the hint. It has to actually do more with Major League Baseball rather than the Phillies. If you're looking for the, when you're hunting for the answer. Just so happened that a Philly did that. Why was Alec Bohm's home run in Game 3 of the World Series last year so significant from a Major League Baseball perspective? Comment your answers down below. All right, thank you for giving us to the 40 like mark. Now let's get to 50. All right, so 9, 1, and 2 are due up. LeCastro is up at the plate. The 0-1 pitch, swinging a foul ball. So again, why Alec Bohm hit a home run in Game 3 of the World Series last year? What made that home run significant? The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. So LeCastro strikes out. Just was not able to catch up to that. Comment your answers down below. 5-4 Phillies. We're in the top of the 7th inning. The pitch, that's in there for a strike. So that'll make the count 0-1. How many people do we have in the live chat? I can't tell how many people are in the live chat on here. That's the thing I don't like about the web version of this. Huh. The 1-1, that's off the plate for ball 2. and we missed a pitch. All right. It is what it is. Answer the Phillies trivia question down below, guys. Again, the home run hit by Alec Bohm in Game 3 of the World Series last year. What made that home run special? We have 43 people on here and only one answer. 3 balls, 1 strike, and the next pitch inside for ball 4. Only one answer. Not good participation from you guys so far. You can still think about it, but I thought there'd be more answers. Comes Ronnie Mauricio. As Nimmo gets on with a walk. 1 out in the first pitch in this at-bat. It's fouled off towards the right field side. It goes out of play. Ronnie is 0 for 3. Suarez does have 96 pitches, so this is probably his last inning. The 0-1 delivery. High bouncer hit over to second base. Stott's just going to tag the runner out at second base, and he trips. And I wonder if they're going to call that batter's interference. He dropped the ball. Nimmo threw it, Stott threw it over to shortstop, and that's such a weird play. Stott tried to make the easy out. Rob Thompson's going to go out there, and are they going to rule that as a double play? I think Buck Showalter may decide to challenge this. So Nimmo was standing in the base pads, and then Nimmo literally just slid down in front of Bryson Stott. You can't do that. You can't do that. That interferes with throwing it over to first for the double play. You can't do that. Now all the umpires are gathering around to see what to do here. This is really bizarre. He literally just dropped down, Brandon Nimmo, onto his, just dropped into a sliding position, and Stott couldn't even throw it over to first. He can't do that. And Rob Thompson is talking things over with the first base umpire to see what the heck that they could do here. Now, Stott, I thought, probably should have just flipped it over to shortstop, and just gotten the out that way. But that was just really weird. But now the question becomes, would Stott have actually gotten Mauricio out at first base even if he were to make the throw? He would have. So there's 2 outs and a runner at first base, and Ranger Suarez, that's going to be it for him. So I think that Buck Showalter is, I don't know what he's furious about. But regardless, Suarez goes back to the dugout as his night is done. It's wild. Mets cheat. All right, again, the Phillies trivia question. All right. Alec Bohm hit a home run in Game 3 of the World Series last year. What was so significant about that home run? That's what I want to know. Comment your answers down below. That is... So what did they rule that as? Nimmo literally was over at first. The ball was hit to second, or in between first and second. Stott tagged Nimmo, and then Nimmo just sat down. And Stott couldn't even throw it over to first. Isn't that interference? Can't do that. Hopefully that makes sense. So Mauricio, they just called it a fielder's choice ground out. What does Phillies Twitter have to say about this? Or Phillies X, I should say. Larry says Mets cheat. Can't do that. If that's legal, that is ridiculous. Just sitting after you're tagged out and just interfering with the fielder who has a right to throw it over to first base. That's unscripted. Okay. So let's see what Phillies Twitter has to say. Because now I'm really curious. All right, here comes Jeff Hoffman, who will be pitching and trying to get the final out of the inning. First pitch to Pete Alonso is inside for a ball. The 1-0 pitch. That's fouled off. Somebody on Twitter said that was clumsy by Stott. Tagged the man and throw to first at Phillies. He put that in question marks. 1 ball, 1 strike to Pete Alonso. Somebody else said Nimmo has a lot of nerve for someone who should have to explain where he was on the... Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. I don't want to get into that. The 1-1 pitch. Fly ball. It's hit out to right field. And that's going to be the end of the inning. So Hoffman throws 3 pitches to get out of it. We go now to the bottom of the 7th. It's now stretch time at Citizens Bank Park. Oh, wow. This was just announced for the Phillies on their Twitter, on Phillies Bell Twitter. If you haven't done so, actually follow them. They do a good job. They said, quote, 2 minutes ago, this was just tweeted out, congrats to Johan Rojas and Orion Kerkering on winning 2023 Paul Owens Awards as Phillies minor league player and pitcher of the year honors, respectively. That's really, really cool. Orion Kerkering and Johan Rojas. Wow. I can't believe that it's so legal to just be able to sit. Like, after you get tagged out, and Stott just couldn't throw it over to first. The fielder should have the right to do that. I'm going to keep harping on that, because I've never seen anything like that happen. Yay for Johan. Okay, so again, the Phillies trivia question as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Last time, okay. So Alec Bowman a home run in Game 3 of the World Series last year, and I want to know what was so significant about that home run. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so Larry says youngest. So his answer was that he was the youngest Philly with a World Series home run. That is incorrect. That was the 500th home run ever hit in the World Series. Incorrect. Was that the one Harper whispered in his ear? Yes. Yes, that partially is correct. I will give you that. But Noel Nichols says that was the 1,000th home run. Okay, 1,000 homers. And I know what he means by that. That is correct as well. It was the 1,000th homer that was ever hit in World Series history. That was what it was. Chris Adams also said it too. Prettiest homer ever. All right, 1 ball, no strikes to Alec Bohm. So Hartwig is still out there on the mound. The pitch, it's fouled back towards the screen behind the plate. Again, if you're new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, turn on those notification bell icons too, so that way you know when I upload. All right, so after this inning is done, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Snowman's chat. You're going to click on this link, and you're going to say, play-by-play with JJ Raid. PBP with JJ Raid. That's what we're going to do. Okay? The 1-1, that's fouled back towards the screen again. And that'll make the count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the next pitch to Bohm. Strike 3 at the knees at 96 miles per hour. So Bohm strikes out looking. It's the second time today that he has struck out. Matt Olson just hit another home run. Braves have 16 hits and 8 runs scored. They're in the top of the 8th in Washington. 1 away, and Bryce Harper comes up. Fouls off the first pitch. Thank you for playing Phillies Trivia. Appreciate it. I think we're going to turn off the fan for once. So no balls, 1 strike to Bryce Harper. He's 2 for 3 today. He takes, it was a called strike. I'm surprised. Pitch was up high. 0-2 is the count. 1 out. And the pitch up high for ball 1. Call is a little bit different tonight because we're looking at the TV. It's a little bit harder to do this. To do it like this. The 1-2 on the way. Off the plate for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. And the next pitch, swing and a miss. So Harper strikes out. There's 2 outs. High Flyer says, yikes, John Smoltz is a terrible broadcaster. Why? We haven't been listening to him. Obviously, we've been calling the game on here. But what makes you say that? Was there something he said? What did he say? Because I think he's a pretty good broadcaster. Two outs, nobody on. 5-4 Phillies. The pitch. That's at the knees for a strike to JT. JT is actually 1 for 3 today. He did single in the third. His average now is at 249 with 19 homers and 57 RBI. The 0-1 delivery, low. Cubs trail 3-0 in the bottom of the 7th inning against the Pirates. We're keeping our eyes out on that game. Phillies' magic number is at 6. And if they win, it goes down to 5. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing. He went around. And the count is 1-2. High Flyers, why do you say that? He's dull? That's not a reason. That's not a logical reason. He had to have said something. The 1-2 on the way. That's fouled off. Do you not like his voice? Do you not like his analysis? Was there something that he just said that you were tuning into? Give me like a logistical reason. Like an actual reason. The pitch. It's outside. Castellanos waits in the on-deck circle. He has driven in 4 of the 5 Philly RBI. The pitch. Ground ball back up the middle. Lindor has it. Throws over to first as he shuffles his feet and gets to it. And there's 3 outs. Go to the the top of the 8th inning as Craig Kimbrell will come in. So we'll be setting up probably for Alvarado for the 9th inning, I assume. Right. All right. I'm going to take a very quick... wait. No, we can't do that. Okay, so guys, what we're going to do is we are going to, as I just mentioned, we are going to go over and see... we are going to go over and we are going to go see my guy, Snowman Multimedia, okay? Again, I'm going to copy and paste this link right here, and we're going to go on, and we're going to say play-by-play with JJ Raid, okay? So let's click on the link, and let's go over to see our buddy Snowman. This video isn't available. Is he done? Did he just go off? Wow. Let's see. Huh. Maybe he lost the stream. Let's see. There he is. Play-by-play with JJ Raid. There we go. Oh, wait. Maybe it's halftime. Is it halftime? He's not here for it. All right, we'll go to Rising Rhino's chat because he's here. So let's go to Rising Rhino. All right, so give me 1 second. I'll get his link. I'll get that ready. Okay. We'll do Rising Rhino. All right, so bear with me. All right, the link is posted. There we go. All right, so this link right here. Let's go into Rhino's chat and let's say hello and play-by-play with JJ Raid. Let's say hello to our buddy. There we go. All right, so click on that link. We'll show our brothers some love and support. Go to the top of the 8th inning. First pitch, swing and a miss. Is he paying attention? I don't know. I don't know if he is. JJ. Oh, there we go. Nobody else is joining in. The 0-1. It's up high for a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike. We have 45 people on here. Please make sure that you hit that thumbs up button, guys. We need 5 more likes to get to 45. I want to get to the 50. The 1-1 pitch. That's inside and high for ball 2. Let's get to 50 likes. There we go. JJ Raid. Chris joined. There we go. The 2-1 pitch. Fly ball. It's it out to center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. So Craig Kimbrell gets up a leadoff single to Francisco Lindor. Let's go back to Rhino's channel. There we go. All right. Nobody out in the top of the 8th inning. There's a runner at first base. And the next pitch by Kimbrell. It's just on the outside corner. What did he just say? Nope. We are doing play-by-play and rating at the same time. Throw back to first. That's not in time. No balls, 1 strike to Mark Vientos, who homered earlier in the game. The pitch that's down low, and Lindor goes over to second base with a stolen base. I believe that that's his 4th stolen base within his last 3 games. Got a really good jump there. That gets rid of the double play ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mark Vientos. Lindor leads off at second. The pitch fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Lindor's over at second base. He singled and then just stole a base. And time is called very, very quickly. Castellanos has 4 homers in his last 4 games and sets a career high in RBI with 103. Yep. 1 ball, 2 strikes with nobody out. And the next pitch, swing and a miss. Vientos strikes out on a 96-mile-per-hour fastball. Bro, every time Bo Bichette comes up, Dallas football girl is always like, shush, JJ, Bo is up. She is so funny. She's great. We love Dallas football girl. 1 out, and the pitch inside for a ball. So Jeff McNeil has doubled and tripled. We're in the top of the 8th inning. There's 1 out. Kimbrel comes set, kicks, fires the pitch. Line drive into left field for a base hit. Lindor rounding third will stay put over there. Good throw. Over to home plate. It actually just missed the cutoff man, Bohm. And well, with the single, Jeff McNeil is on cycle watch. With a single, a double, and a triple. Larry just shushed me. So he's over at first base. Wow. Just got it right through the hole. Turner tried to make a diving stop, could not get to it. So that's back-to-back singles allowed by Craig Kimbrel. Could certainly use a double play right here. And Francisco Alvarez is coming up. 1 out, the first pitch, it's popped up. Out towards the first base side and foul ground. Harper loses the cap. He'll make the catch. Looks over to second base. And it's just a fly out or a pop out towards the first base side. Shush. WSP, look on Discord. What's up? Look on Discord. Can't do it right now, my guy. In the middle of calling the game. It's a pretty big situation, too. When I get the chance, I'll do it, though. First pitch to Beatty. Takes that one low for a ball. McNeil does go over to second base. That is a stolen base. So now a base hit could give the Mets the lead. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0, inside and low for ball 2. It seems like Craig Kimbrel, sometimes Daniel Vogelbach is in the on-deck circle. Sometimes it gets really dicey, but he just does a good job at executing. And this is a big spot right here when you're behind in the count as well. The 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball right down the pipe. I will, my guy. Two balls, 1 strike. With 2 outs. And the next pitch, it's fouled off the foot of Beatty. And he stays alive. The Cubs did just get a run back in the bottom of the 7th. Fans standing on their feet as the Phillies are 1 strike away from going to the bottom of the 8th. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Phillies do lead it 5-4 with 2 outs and 2 runners on in scoring position. Beatty versus Kimbrel. The 2-2. Swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. And Craig Kimbrel, it got dicey, but he gets out of the 8th inning. And the inning comes to an end. We go to the bottom of the 8th at the bank. Good. All right, cool. That was absolutely huge. It was. That was very important. That was a very, very important battle. So, big. So now Alvarado has to come in. All right. We need 6 more likes to get to the 50 mark, guys. Let's make sure that we get there. Let's get to 50. We need 6 more. Keep the reminders going. I actually think it helps when I just pin this in the chat, so we're just going to keep this going. All right, good. So I like this poll. Okay, so we're going to end this now. We have 21 votes. So 7 to 10, or yeah, people did. So 57% of you said that they liked it a lot. 4 to 6, or sorry, 19% of you said that it was all right. And then 24% of you said that you didn't like it that much. Okay. All right, cool. Interesting. Thank you for voting on that. Again, it's easier to do this when you have 2 or when you have an extra monitor here. So that's great. Great. Thank you for the hearts, too. I don't usually see this because I'm not watching this from my computer most of the time. So thank you for the hearts, man. Means a lot. I don't know who's doing it, but shout yourself out. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below who you are if you just subscribed. All right, let's get to the 50 mark and make sure that we do that. We need 4 more subscribers to get to 1,050. Tell your friends about this channel if you haven't done so already. Let's get to 1,050 by the end of tonight. That would be really nice. It's me, says Flame. Thanks, man. Shout out to you, Flame. Keep it going. It's awesome. Kyle Schwarber waits in the hole. I believe. Nope. He's just in the dugout. So Nick Castellanos is up. The 1-0 pitch. Line drive caught at second by Ronnie Mauricio. So a quick out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Castellanos just lines out to second. If you just subscribe to my channel, comment who you are down below. Let's go, man. Awesome job. 3 more. So the count is 0-1. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Stotts 0 for 2. There's 1 out. No balls, 1 strike. And the 0-1, fly ball. It's out to left field. It's slicing and dicing, but making the catch out in left is LaCastro for out number 2. There we go, man. We need 3 more subscribers to get to 1,050. And 5 more likes to get to 50 likes. Oh, boy. Keep the flame going. Alvarado is loosening up in the Phillies bullpen to pitch the top of the 9th. 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch down low to Johan Rojas. Comment who you are down below if you just subscribed to the channel. Rojas in 302 on the season. He's 1 for 3 tonight. He's ahead in the count 1-0 here. And the next pitch, that's at the knees for a strike on the inside corner. We will be back on tomorrow night at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time for the next Phillies game. The kick and the delivery, that's fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The bases are empty. Hartwig gets set at the letters. Kicks, deals, swing and a miss. 97 miles per hour on the gun. The inning is over, and we go to the top of the 9th. LeCastro, Nimmo, and Mauricio all coming up. Combined, they're 0 for 9 tonight, and Alvarado is looking to close the deal. All right. 3 more likes. All right, so let's do this very, very quickly. At the end of the season, do a recap of the regular season. Oh, man, dude, that's like so many highlights that I have to put together. Oh, man. If I had a production team, I would do it. It's just so much. Now, maybe if I... Actually, I will have some... No, but because I have to do other stuff. I can't do it. I would love to, but it's a really good thought. It's just a lot of work. I'd have to combine highlights, and I mean, like, I'll put together a compilation of highlight calls that I do have on my YouTube Shorts, but there's so much more I'd rather include too. 3 more subs and 6 and 5 more likes to get to 50. To get to 50 likes and 1,050 subs. Yes. There we go. You'll do an end of the season Discord. Yeah, we are doing... So how it's working is after this series is done, until the Phillies clinch, or if they clinch this weekend, once this series is done, okay, we will be doing a post-series, a post-game recap every single day. And, of course, throughout the playoffs, too. But once they clinch, we're not, you know. And, of course, right after the regular season's done, we're going to look into the matchup, and we're going to have a podcast right before or right when the wild card series is set. And we're going to do predictions, and I want to get your calls and everything. We will be having more and more Phillies content for sure, absolutely. But yes, so I just wanted to let you know that once this series is done, that will be our last post-series recap that we do. And from then on, it'll be every day until they clinch. Then we'll have a wild card series prediction podcast. And then we'll come on after every single game until they're done. First pitch by Alvarado is in there for a strike as we start off the top of the 9th. No balls, 1 strike to LeCastro. The pitch, swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. A 92-mile-per-hour cutter. That was a big swing and a miss there. No balls and 2 strikes. Alvarado with pitch number 3 coming up. Swing and a miss. Another cutter. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to LeCastro. One out in the top of the 9th. And here comes Brandon Nimmo, who's 0 for 3. The first pitch in this at-bat, up high and inside for a ball. Man, when you see Alvarado throwing 99, that's a good sign. And getting to the triple digits as well, because that's what he was doing last season. And the cutter has looked absolutely filthy. He throws a 98-mile-per-hour pitch that just barely misses by maybe a couple of inches or so. Alvarado, with a 1.93 ERA, is looking for his 9th save of the season. The 2-0 pitch, it's in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Alvarado. The pitch. Fly ball. It's it out to right field. Castellanos on the run. He won't be able to get to it as it bounces off the top of the wall. And going over to second base is Brandon Nimmo. And he is in scoring position. Mets not going down without a fight, as he was just able to tattoo that thing out to right field. And maybe, well, he got a double, but bounced onto the warning track, then and off the top of the wall. Could have been a ground rule double if it bounced a little bit higher. So Ronnie Mauricio's coming up. He's 0 for 4. First pitch by Alvarado. It's fouled off the foot of Ronnie Mauricio. Flame wants to know, can you do a video review Flyers and Sixers before the season? I don't know how the Phillies are going to do. It's a busy time. The 0-1, that's fouled off the foot again of Mauricio, and he is in a lot of pain. Hopefully he's okay. Buck Showalter and the trainer are going to go out there. Just hit off the top toe of his left foot. Yikes. So it's no balls, 2 strikes. The trainer does go out there, and Mauricio is walking things off. Buck's like, how you doing? Mauricio's like, yep, I definitely took one. So anyhow, as we're in this little timeout here, I will try. I can't make any promises because I don't know how the Phillies are going to do. Okay? If the Phillies go back to the World Series this year, Phillies are number 1 priority. That's just how it is. Flyer stuff and all that sort of stuff is going to have to wait because we're going to be so busy. And we're doing football on top of it. I can't keep up with it all. I can't. So, we have to just wait and see. No balls, 2 strikes. Mauricio back in the box. The pitch. That's fouled off again towards the third base side. 3-pitch strikeout. Yep. This would be a big strikeout here if he could get it. On deck is Pete Alonso. The 0-2 on the way. Fly ball. It's hit out to center field. Not that deep. Rojas gets under it, makes the catch, and Nimmo thought about tagging and going over to third, but a nice throw by Rojas that was cut off by Turner. And the Mets, they're down to their final out. 11 pitches in this 9th inning so far for Alvarado, and the big matchup is coming up. Alonso lifetime against Alvarado is 2 for 6 with a homer and 2 RBI. He has struck out twice. Rob Thompson is going out there to have a conversation with Alvarado. He's not going to make a change. JT will also join in, and the rest of the infielders too. Wonder what they discussed or what they are discussing. I'm very curious about that. I wonder if we'll talk about that during the postgame show tonight. 3 more subscribers and a couple more likes to get to the 50 to get to the 50 mark. Let's do it. 1,050 and 50. 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Lindor waits in the on-deck circle. I believe that probably they were going to see if whether or not they should just pitch to Pete or not and what the strategy was going to be. That's what I assume. First pitch underway in this at-bat. It's outside, 100 on the gun, but it misses for ball 1. Alonso 0 for 3 tonight. Coming into tonight, his average was at 220. A runner at second, the 1-0 pitch, fouled back at 100 miles per hour again. The flamethrower, Jose Alvarado on the mound for Philadelphia. Trying to close the deal and cut the magic number to 5. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. The pitch by Jose. In there for a strike. 100 again for Alvarado. And the Mets are down to their final strike. Boy, you love those words. Everybody's standing up on their feet. Alvarado taking his time really quickly. Not a fan sitting down. Maybe one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Pete Alonso. Swing and a miss. He got him on a cutter at 95 miles per hour. And that's the ball game. Phillies cut the magic number to 5, and they win by a final score of 5-4. That's how you take game 1 against the Mets. Oop, I just broke that. What a nice pitch that was. That has to be one of the fastest cutters that he has thrown this season. Absolutely disgusting in a good way for Alvarado. That's how you get a win. Thank you all so much for tuning in. The Phillies win by a final score of 5-4. Ranger gets his 4th win of the season. Oh, by the way, that's actually his first win at home this season, in case you didn't know. So he's now 4-6. And David Peterson gets charged with the loss. He's now 3-9. Alvarado gets save number 9 on the season. Again, if you just tuned in for the first time, my name is Jason Joseph. Please hit the subscribe button. Turn on those notification bell icons. We come on for almost every single Phillies, Sixers, Eagles, and Flyers game. We try to do as much as possible, man. That's what we try to do. That was big. Cubs down 5-2 in the 8th. Do you guys want to keep it here? Do you guys want to keep it here and see how the Cubs do? We could do that. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm having fun tonight. Tonight's a little bit different. Tonight is a little bit different. It's 5-3 now, Larry. It's 5-3. All right, let's keep it here. Oh, now it's 5-4. Oh, man. It's 5-4, dude. Nico Horner just grounded out the shortstop. Mastroboni scored on a wild pitch. It's 5-4. Oh, man. We're going to keep it here. You know what? I'm having fun tonight. Let's just do it. All right, so it's 5-4 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Let me put up that scorecard. Let's do it. Had it all the way, JJ. Yeah, man. We should start doing this now, actually. The magic number to actually look out for, or the team that you really want to look out for, is the Diamondbacks. Again, I know I said this during the podcast that I care about taking care of your own business, but you just can't deny this. That was great. That was really awesome. All right, let's get this on here. We'll get the score, but we'll get the score on here. There we go. Okay. 5-4 in the bottom of the 8th. Is the game on? Let's see if the game is on MLB Network. It might be on MLB Network. That was a great win. Let's do it. Okay. That was an awesome win. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We're going to keep things here. We're going to go to the Cubs game because you know what? We're having a night here, guys. We want to do it. And that's what we're going to do. Let's see if it's on MLB Network. Okay, let's go. I think it is. Nope, it's the Giants and the Dodgers. Is it Giants and Dodgers? Really? Really? They can't just have the Cubs game on? 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Let's go Pirates. It's Edge of Philly Sports. What's up? What is up? Wow, thank you all so much for coming on here. Edge of Philly Sports, man. Shout out to you guys. You guys do an awesome job. Seriously, and like I truly mean this. With your post-game shows that you do all the time with the Phillies, the Eagles content that you guys put out there, the Sixers content, I'm seriously, like, I'm really honored that you guys are here. Means a lot. And man, that's so awesome. Shout out to Edge of Philly Sports, man. Putting out the content and just doing such an awesome job. You know, that's incredible. All right, so let's go. Maybe it's on FS1? Let's see. Is it on FS1? It should be on, man. I don't know why it wouldn't be on. Don't they know that it's like baseball time? I don't know, dude. That's tough. I guess it's not on. Appreciate it, man. Love your content as well. That means a lot. It seriously, seriously does. All right, so we don't have to keep this here. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so no balls, one strike. We can't do the play-by-play for this, but we're just going to keep things here. Pitch and change could be in commercial. Yeah, I agree with that. So you know what? While we're on here, let's just talk. So let's have a conversation. Okay, this was a good win for the Phillies. I was really happy that they battled through adversity. They got the job done when it really mattered. Nick Castellanos, man, he is the MVP of today for sure, 1,000%. Nick Castellanos did a great job again. He's hitting the rock really well, and I love what he's been able to do. I really do. And I think that there is something to be said about a hot Nick Castellanos going into October, because that adds another element to this team. That's something that they were missing for a little bit of time. He's had a great overall season, but when it gets ugly, it is so horrendous to watch. So, fly out to end the 8th. Let's go! Let's go. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We just finished the Phillies game, and tonight we're doing something special. We are on for sort of like, how would you put this, man? How would you put this? We're on for extra coverage. So, yeah, so Nick Castellanos is doing really well. Edge of Philly Sports says Nicky Bats is killing it in the 8th hole. He really is. If you're Rob Thompson, I don't think that you should play around with that. You know, I think that you threw something at the wall, you see what sticks, it's clicking. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I like the spot that he's in, and let's not move him up in the lineup. Let's just keep him where he is right now, and if he continues to do really well over the next 3 to 4 days, then maybe I'd consider it. But I'm not playing around with it. I don't want to interfere with his confidence. I want him to feel comfortable unless he says, I want to bat higher in the lineup, which I'm sure anybody does, but I wouldn't play around with it. I just wouldn't. D-backs and Reds are off tonight, says Larry. Yes, they are. Overall thoughts on the game. Ranger, man. Ranger, I thought that he didn't do a bad job, but it wasn't a good outing, okay? It was not the sharpest outing whatsoever. You need a Ranger to go out there, and the pitch count was low. I thought that he was attacking the strike zone. Mark Vientos' homer, that wasn't his fault, but he did get rocked in a couple of innings, and I wasn't a big fan of him leaving pitches out towards the middle of the zone. But overall, I thought that he did okay. I wasn't impressed. I wasn't unimpressed. But I expected him to be a little bit better, and I was a little disappointed in that regard. But you just, you take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? All right, so the magic number is 5. So that is what the magic number is. I wanted to say something else. I lost my train of thought here, and I forget what it was. I'm sorry. I am still stunned over the fact that Bryson Stott had to make that play, and Brandon Nimmo is over at first, and he is going over to second base. I kind of wanted to call it out during the middle of the cast, but I really do try to keep my cool together. That was not cool, man. And I think that there needs to be a rule in Major League Baseball that if you sit down Okay, the runner is going over to second base. You tag the runner out, okay, and then you sit down as the base runner, and the second baseman can't throw it over to first. What the heck is that? That's interference. That's interference. I thought maybe Stott should have thrown it over to second base and got Trey Turner involved to tag the bag. That I thought would have been nice, but I still believe that, and I'm going with my gun. I'm going with my gut punch, like right here, that you can't do that. Like, that's not cool. And the umpires were gathering together. I don't know what Buck Showalter was arguing about. I would love to hear what his thoughts were in his press conference of what he was arguing about with that sort of call. But I was not happy about that whatsoever. What else do I have as thoughts on the game? Alec Bohm continues to really be a bright spot for the Phillies. Let's continue to give him his flowers because I don't think he gets enough. This dude is literally hitting home runs for you. He's showing off his power. The framework looks great. The extension of the swing looks really good. He's playing a lot better defensively at third base. This dude has really turned around his whole entire career, and I love what he's able to do. I seriously do. I think that he has done such an awesome job, and we don't give him enough love. And the fact that Rob has actually put him up in the lineup, that's not just by default. I don't think that we've really talked about this that much, but the fact that he's moved him up in the lineup to like the 3 spot into the 4 spot, he deserves it. And he's doing a good job at coming through. And I love that. I think that that's absolutely awesome. I seriously do. So I think that that's great. My last point before I get to you guys, as we're in the top of the 9th. Oh, there's a runner over at first base. Oh boy. My last point that I'm going to say is this in regards to the game tonight. Okay. Bryce Harper, I thought he had a good game. Kyle Schwarber didn't do so well tonight. Not all his fault. But the last thing I'm going to say is this. I think that tonight, even though it got dicey with Craig Kimbrell, I love his competitiveness. And I do trust him, even though it's going to get a little bit shaky at times in the playoffs. I trust him. I don't know what you guys say. I think Alvarado's starting to turn the tie around, so that's a good sign as well. And Hoffman is doing pretty good overall, so I actually feel better about the bullpen tonight. And that was what I wanted to say as well, because I see how they're pitching through adversity with runners over at first and third. Alvarado gave up that double in the 9th inning, but when you're going up against Pete Alonso, I know that he's been struggling this season. Say what you want, but this is a guy who hits really well against the Phillies. He made those pitches. He painted those pitches perfectly. A 95-mile-per-hour cutter that just goes down low. How do you hit that? That's an unhittable pitch. It's so hard to do that. That's a big addition. And that's only going to help this team if they go as far as they do in the playoffs. Edge of Philly Sports says Ranger ate up his innings, but got shelled a few times. It was an okay game. Again, you bring up a really good point, Edge of Philly Sports. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst. He's a competitor. He attacks the strike zone, shows off his athleticism. He wants the ball. That's who I want. I want him on my team. I don't care if I come out of the bullpen. I don't care if I'm a quote-unquote Swiss Army knife. Give me the ball. Love that. Oh, I love that out of him so much. I think that that's what makes him so much fun. All right, okay, we have a runner at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, boy. Who's up at the plate? Who is up at the plate? Jack Sawinski. Oh, my gosh. This is wild. 5 now. All right, interference rule interpretation. Larry says Showalter was begging to keep his job. Guys, if you're new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Edge of Philly Sports also says Bohm is going to get paid. I believe that as well, and he deserves it. Scott Boras, his agent, again, always loves to make sure that he gets his guys to get paid. I don't know what that means for Rhys Hoskins. I have no idea what that means in regards to him and how much the Phillies are going to pay him, but that's an off-season conversation. It really is, and I would probably talk more about that down the road as we head into the offseason. But yeah, Bohm deserves every dime. I think he's showing his worth. I wouldn't do it just yet. Of course, you have to wait and see how the rest of the season pans out. But it's looking a lot better for Alec Bohm. And this is a guy who also switches over from first to third as well, as much as he does. I think he does a pretty good job. I do. So, I liked yesterday's opposite field homer, says Larry. I liked that too. I thought that was awesome. I did. Absolutely. Kimbrel's a proud dude. Hope Jose is back. I think that this is what it means, dude. I do. 5-4, runners at first and third. Okay, they need an insurance run here. They need an insurance run. Oh, they do. Double runner thrown out at home. Man out at third. This is Larry. Yes. Edge of Philly Sports subscribed. Woo! Oh, man. Again, guys, please make sure that you go subscribe to Edge of Philly Sports. Really, and I truly mean this from the bottom of my heart. They have an incredible roundtable, and they're able to, I mean, they just put out such awesome content. They really do. And I love what they've been able to put together. After every single Phillies post-game show, I always try to go on there, always try to engage in conversations with them. They do an awesome job with the Eagles, an awesome job with the Sixers. I truly mean this. You know, the fact that they just subscribe to me, I'm kind of a little shell-shocked because that's pretty nice. So, but yeah, my overall thoughts on this game, you did what you had to do. Okay, cut the magic number down to 5. That's what we asked for, and they did it. And that is what really matters. So, JT, I'm still concerned about him. I'm not going to lie. Offensively speaking, I know he had a single today, but, you know, in that first inning, you're trying to set the tone early on, and you have 2 runners on, and you strike out to you strike out to get the second out of the inning, and Nick Castellanos comes up and comes through. But, JT, man, 3 pitches. Just not really able to do what he had to do, and I am really concerned about him offensively. I'm not going to lie. I can't sugarcoat that. I just can't. So, keep your eye out on that. Christian Pache, loved the fact that he got action today. I'm still not a fan of the platooning of Brandon Marsh. I'm not, but today it was a good day for Christian Pache. I thought that he had some really nice plays out in the outfield. And, yeah, man, so I like what he's been able to do with the speed. He's able to get stolen bases. He can fly out there, an energy booster, if you will. I mean, like, let's talk about this. Like, Christian Pache goes from just this guy that gets cut by the Braves, right? Gets cut by the Braves. And yet the Phillies somehow make him into a better player. Let's give Kevin Long his props. We will always remember this season the Christian Pache game when he hit that home run in the 9th inning against the Marlins. Let's give Kevin Long his props because he has really changed his swing. If you actually look at the way that he was swinging the bat when he was in Oakland and in Atlanta, I mean, he wasn't really going to get starting time in Atlanta, but just in Oakland, it is so different. And he's become a very good player for the Phillies and another guy that's a good utility player. We finally have outfield depth. You're absolutely right, Larry. You are. You're absolutely right about that. It was a terrible at-bat for JT. It was. And he did the same thing yesterday. I don't trust him in the clutch. And I'm concerned about that. Now, some people actually, I know I'm a little bit all over the place, but some people yesterday were saying, instead of going with Bryson Stott, go to JT Realmuto. I am so proud that Rob Thompson left in Bryson Stott in that situation because it's a lefty on lefty in that 10th inning, and he goes the opposite way. He's 0 for 3, and he comes through with a big, gutsy base hit. That hit tells me that Bryson Stott is literally going to make a big impact in the playoffs, and he is the future of this team. Not saying that it wasn't like that before, but when you're 0 for 3 in a game, a very meaningful game against the Atlanta Braves, and it's the guts of the game, the game's on the line, you have to come up with a big hit right there after Trey Turner grounds into a double play. That was gutsy. Absolutely huge. And good for Rob for sticking with him, because he could have went to JT. And at the time, I wouldn't have minded it just because of the righty on lefty. I get that. I still would have probably left in Bryson Stott. And it worked. Absolutely worked. Palacios 3-run homer. Let's go. Insurance runs. Whew. Let's go. Okay. If the Pirates win, is their magic number down to 4? If the Pirates win, the magic number is down to 4 against the Cubs. It's about the Diamondbacks. I mean, getting into the playoffs, yes. Yes. Getting into the playoffs, their magic number's down to 4. I think I'm going to cut that one. I don't really like the audio on that, but that's all right. That was big, man. Palacios. Let's go, man. That's great. Stot's the definition of a gamer. Absolutely. Yeah, he is a baller, dude. Absolutely a baller, and I love his competitiveness. He actually does. I will say this now. He does remind me of Chase Utley. I really do believe that. I see the comparisons, man. I do. He reminds me a lot of Chase Utley. Somebody that is very good in the clutch situation when you need him to come through. Somebody that's mature beyond his years, understands the game, makes really good defensive plays anywhere you put him on the diamond. He is Chase Utley. I will say that right now. For the first time. For the first time. He does remind me a lot of Chase Utley. So, yeah, if the Pirates win, is their magic number down to 4? For getting a playoff spot, yes. The magic number's still at 5 for them to clinch that number 1 spot. But yes. 8-4, man. Woo-hoo, boy. That's sick. You have Dodgers-Giants on. How can they not show the Cubs game, man? Larry says he totally does. Not as much power, but gets on base however he can. He is popping the bat, though, too, dude. Like, his power is pretty underrated. So he probably could hit more homers if he focused on it. You know, I remember Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds was a hitting coach for the Marlins, okay? And he coached Ichiro at the very end of his career. And Barry said that if Ichiro wasn't focusing on the average, right? If he was just hitting for power, he probably would have hit 50 homers. Close to 40 a season. And I believe that because he did have a lot of power in that bat, but he just tried to use it for contact, and he used it more of just driving the ball, making good contact with the baseball rather than just driving it. I believe the same thing with Bryson Stott. I do. I think he has power, but he saves it and he tries to punch it out and put up these professional at-bats because he cares about putting the team in a good position. You know? That's what I believe. So I will say that right now. He is literally like Chase Utley, in my opinion. Oh boy, what else do we have? Who else pitched today for the Phillies? Let me see who else pitched, because now my memory is not so good right now. 8-4, man. Top of the ninth. That is big. That is big. Let's cut the magic number down to 4 to get into the playoffs, baby. Let's do it. Let's do it. Who's due up in the ninth, by the way? I don't know. I can't see. All right, so who else pitched for the Phillies? I can't see. All right, here we go. Jeff Hoffman, I thought, pitched pretty well. I thought that he did a good job overall. Yeah, Hoffman. Hoffman came in with 3 pitches, and he did his job. He did what he had to do, and he executed. So that was nice. I liked that as well. Alpom, I talked about him. Trey didn't have a Trey Turner type of a day. This team actually was 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position, but I still think that the 2 walks is a big thing for Trey because that means that he's seeing the ball really well, and I think that actually is a good thing. So the fact that he was able to take 2 walks, it doesn't really happen for Turner. So, and it wasn't like the pitches were not close, you know. He had a pretty good eye on some of these pitches, and I think that he is still just locked in. So that's nice to see. And even though he went 0 for 2, he had a big run scored as well. The first 4 hitters on this team actually scored a run. So the top of the lineup today, as weird as this sounds, when you look at their stats, the 1 through 3 hitters were 1 for 9 with 3 runs scored, 3 walks, and a home run. It's weird. That's a little bit weird. Yo, JJ, just a quick stop back to Thursday Night Football, says AJ Bundy. What's up, Al Bundy? I'm sorry. Bottom of the ninth. Okay. Let's go. Come on. 3 more outs. Let's cut the magic number to 4 just to get into the playoffs. Oh, man, I'm pumped. I'm pumped now, man. I'm pumped. Man, this is what we do now. It's coming down to this time of the season. I like doing this, especially after a good one tonight. Get us to 50 likes. That's also why we're doing this. No, I'm kidding. Oh, man. Bottom of the ninth. Oh, let's do it. Come on. So, yeah. That's... Dude, Jeff Brigham, I'm sorry, man. Like, the Mets are just the Mets. Like, let's just be honest. The Mets really shot themselves in the foot. And it is laughable. It's also, in some ways, kind of sad. Because they had all this... They had the right pieces. But just from watching this team, I have watched games. Buck really has not made good decisions. And I truly do believe that he lost the clubhouse back in that Phillies game when he gave up, when the team hit 2 batters in a row, gave up 3 walks in that 8th inning. I think that was when he lost the team. I'm not even just saying that just from watching the Phillies game. I think that's when he lost it. And they didn't have to trade everybody. You know, Scherzer and Verlander, that wasn't the problem. The problem was that this team wasn't coming together. Okay, say what you want about Joe Girardi, but the team wasn't coming together. The team was not coming together, the Phillies, when Joe Girardi was here as the manager. And for some reason, it just worked when there was a change in voice. The team played better. They had the talent, but they just didn't fix the problem. I think that the problem was just the message in the locker room. All right, 1 ball, 1 strike. 4, 5, and 6, Bellinger, Swanson, and Suzuki due up. Oh, man, we need a cup of water. Oh, boy. 1 more subscriber until we get to 1,050. Let's get to it, guys. I can't believe that Castellanos homer went to 454 feet. Ugh. Hendricks pitched good. 1-2 is the count now? Okay, come on. Come on. Now we're having a watch party. Come on. All right, the fourth pitch was fouled off. It was a curveball at 77. Oh, come on. Come on, David Bednar. You're good. We love you, David. 36 saves on the season for you. And a 1.86 ERA. What's the count now? 2-2? Come on, man. Ugh. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bellinger's up. Oh, boy. Is Miguel Andujar on the Pirates? I didn't know that. I had no idea. Uh-oh. No. A double? Come on. A double. Opposite field double. Now Dansby's up. Al Burleson. Oh, he underwent surgery. He was just playing against the Phillies. Thumb surgery? Hated the Pirates in the 70s. Never thought I'd root for them. Bro, come on, David. It's not a safe situation, and that's what makes me feel not so good. Come on. Dansby's up at the plate. Did he swing at that? Oh, okay, he swung at it. 96. No balls, 1 strike to Dansby Swanson. This is a little bit behind. Bednar's on the mound. There's a runner at second, and it's in the bottom of the 9th. We're not even watching this game. We're just... Okay, the ball's in play. Ah, 2-run homer. Are you kidding me? Come on. That would have been the walk-off. The Cubs have scored all 6 of their runs from the 7th to the 9th. Oh, man. But the Pirates, they scored 2 in the 8th and 3 in the 9th. Come on. Oh, boy. 2 batters, 2 runs. Come on. I want the magic number to go down to... Please. Oh, boy. MLB standings. I'm looking at it right now. First pitch was on the outside corner. The second pitch was inside and high. In case you are just tuning in, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We're actually having a watch party after the Phillies game was done. And we are watching the Chicago Cubs game. We're not watching the game, but we're looking at the play-by-play. Strike swinging 97. Bednar is good stuff. I got to tell you that. He does. He has really good stuff. Next pitch was a curve. Come on. Two balls, 2 strikes. Still nobody out. Now it's a 3-2 count. Come on. Bednar, what are you doing, dude? Help us out. We got to play you next week. Not competing for a playoff spot. 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is Christopher Morel. I don't like the sound of that either. Even though he's 0 for 4. He has a lot of pop in that bat. 3-2. Come on. Pitch count is at 13. Please. Still nobody out. Foul ball. Man. All right, so here's what I'll ask you guys, okay? If you're the Phillies, who would you rather play? Who would you rather play in that first round? Does it matter to you, or does it not matter? I kind of want to play the Cubs, not going to lie. Another foul ball. I kind of want to play the Cubs. But I don't want the Cubs to win until we clinch. Come on. The count is full. Not that I don't want to play the D-backs. I'm with you on that, Larry. I kind of don't want to play. Even though we did really well against them. Yes! 1 out. He looked at a curveball. Let's go. 1 out. 1 away. All right, so let me double check and see what the magic number is for the Phillies to get into the playoffs right now. Magic number calculator. Okay, so the Cubs have 73 losses, right? Phillies have how many wins now? They have 84 wins. 84 and 73. One ball, one strike. All right, good. Niners up 20-12. Oh, boy. We swept 4-game series in Arizona, didn't we? Yes. Yes, that was back in June. We lost the first 2 games at home, and then Turner hit that miracle home run when he was really in a bad slump. I remember that game. That was a really great call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Okay, foul ball at 96. Let's keep this going, man. We got 17 people on here watching. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, man. We just got to 52 likes. That's awesome. 1 more till we get to 1,050. Come on. Ball 2. Then swept the A's, turning point of the season. Yeah, that road trip, that I would say that was the turning point. And then Christian Pache's home run. That was awesome. That was so awesome. And then the next day, they could have tied that streak. But no, they didn't do it. Struck him out. Okay, good. 2 outs. I can't believe he struck out oh, man, I can't believe he struck him out. All right, Yan Gomez. Oh, come on. 1 more, baby. 1 more out. Oh, my gosh. 1 more. First pitch, foul ball, 96 miles per hour. All right, so what does Twitter have to say? First pitch is a foul ball. Come on. Come on, Bednar. 2 more strikes. Miles Mastrobuoni is on deck. Dude, I feel like he's been around. Uh-oh. Yes! That's the game! Let's go! Let's go! Woo! Let's go. Ugh. What's the magic number at now? What is the magic number at now? Phillies magic number. Magic number to clinch playoffs is at 5. Okay. to get in the playoffs. Now it's at 4. Pirates win. Yes. All right, so Matt Gelb says the Phillies' magic number is 5. It's 6 to clinch the number 4 seed. 9 more to play. Okay, so that means that we need 5 more. The magic number is 5 for us to clinch the number 1 seed, and now it's up to 4 for us to get into the playoffs. Let's go. Nice. Good stuff, man. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so, well, that was kind of fun. That was a little bit different. I like that. Thought that was kind of cool, actually. Got to keep our eyes out on these games now. You just can't help it, man. You really can't. Especially after a win, you know. You kind of have to just look up at these things, so it's great. Yeah, I saw the Braves won. I saw that. All right, so we're done. We're going to wrap things up. We're going to close up shop. That was fun. That was great. That was awesome. All right, cool. All right, love you guys so much. Catch you all in the next one. I hope you all have a great rest of your night.